how do we keep the children educated?
Caroline, we've heard that schools are able to keep education going for the children of key workers. We imagine that is NHS workers. Do you have any questions about whether you might qualify as a key worker? Has the school explained who qualifies and who doesn't?
The best we've had from school is a lovely video, well, from high school, is a video from the head teacher basically saying, sit tight and we'll tell you more after Easter. Well, I'm really glad it's going to be more after Easter. But you see, it's not just me as, if I would be classed as a key worker, it's me as a parent, as many
complaining,
others.
whinging,
you know, I've
fucking
got friends who have got
complaining,
nursery,
whinging. Put your own fucking benefits, you fucking whinging, moaning bitch.
Very young children under the feet.
Typical fucking moaning, whinging, schizophrenic, nutcase. Can't sort our own fucking life out. It's Prime Minister. What happens if there's a bit of dirt on my arse? The Prime Minister wipe it off for me. I mean,
sorry, what did you say?
No, Caroline, I wanted to throw it round to the clan, to Gracie, Kyle, and Abby, and ask you guys what you think you might do when you're at home, not at school. Tell me. That's a good answer. Okay, that's about the right answer. What about Gracie and Abby?
Go on, Grace. How are you feeling about not being in school?
Sad.
You feel sad?
Because I'll make my friends sad and I feel scared, so I know what's going on.
Of course.
See, that's another thing. I'll let Abby speak and then I will say what I'm about to say.
But honestly, I don't really know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I think everyone feels the same way. Sorry, Caroline, you wanted to say something.
Is that we are really hell-bent on everyone's mental health at the moment. You know, how do you prepare a child for something that we're about to go through, to be stripped away from their peers, from their friends? You're asking, or the government are asking us not to socialise. You know, you're taking them away from everything they've known since they were 3-4 year old. How do we explain this to them? How do we keep the level of education? He's okay coming on the news at 5 o'clock every evening, but there's no guidance. How do we look after our children's mental health and well-being in such a difficult time, and our own?
Caroline, Kyle, Gracie, Abby, it was really good of you to talk to us all, and we would like to stay in touch with you and check on you and see how you're all getting on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, for the first time since the virus emerged in late December, China has reported no new domestically transmitted infections over a 24-hour period. As medical experts pore over the data, our understanding of how the virus is going is improving, although only incrementally. Data from the US Centers for Disease Control shows that 40% of hospitalized patients were aged 20 to 54. And that is higher than assumptions made based on China's initial experience. Today, President Trump called on American health regulators to speed up the approval of potential therapies for the virus.
Clinical trials are already underway for many new therapies, and we're working on scaling these to allow many more Americans to access different drugs that have shown really good promise. We've had some really good promise.
Well, let's speak to Dr. Anuradha Seshadri, a pediatric physician at UCLA Health, who joins us now from California. Dr. Seshadri, I'd like to focus on children, your speciality. Why is it that children appear to be more immune to the devastating symptoms than the rest of us?
Specifically, yes, I wanted to state that there has been no fatality cases for children aged 10 and below, right? So there's lots of thoughts regarding this and lots of debate regarding this. On the one hand, are children generally more resilient? They could be. But on the other hand, a thought that was circulating is potentially that children have not been exposed to that many viral infections in the past compared to elderly. So their immune or their inflammatory response is a little bit less intense compared to an elderly person. How I'd like to relate to it is somebody that is allergic to a particular substance, right? The more exposed you are to that allergen, the heightened response. You may start off with slight itching. The next time you get exposed to it, it's hives. The third time you get exposed to it, it's a full-blown anaphylactic reaction. So in that same sense, compared to the elderly, children may not have that many exposures to different viruses, thus decreasing the inflammatory response. That's just a thought process.
That is very easy to understand. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Is it possible that children could be spreading it without their knowing it?
Of course. I mean, as far as what we've known, a majority of people only have mild to no symptoms. So unfortunately, I can't say no, but there is a possibility still.
And I want to talk a little bit about misinformation online. If the danger is at the moment, someone clicks online and sees a rumor or about a particular medicine or otherwise, you don't need me to tell me that that must be incredibly frustrating for you.
It is, and that's what we're here for. So utilize your physicians, your primary care physicians, your doctors, to see if what you're reading online is accurate, but also reliable. Right now, there's plenty of information going about as far as which medications to use, which medications to stay away from. And that's a lot of the questions that we're getting currently right now. And unfortunately, there is no standard of care that's being set out, standard practices that's being set out, even medication-wise.
Tell me about some of the calls you might have been getting from people worried. What kind of things are on people's mind and how you might be able to reassure them or otherwise?
Well, other than knowing if they have COVID-19 or needing to be tested for COVID-19, we're getting a lot of calls as far as saying, I am on ibuprofen, right? So that was shown that potentially ibuprofen may worsen the inflammatory response when you do have the infection, or they're currently taking steroids. Again, there is no standard of care, and we're basing it patient to patient and what their current needs are. Another question that we're getting is, I do live with family that are sick or they have asthma. What should I do? Just a slew of responses. Honestly, it goes across the board, and people are just generally worried, and we're trying to reassure them, giving them standard, reassuring standard hygienic measures. If they need to be in isolation, then we are recommending that.
Of course. Dr. Anuradha Seshadri, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, US stocks slid once again this morning as worsening coronavirus risks overshadowed stimulus measures from the White House and the Federal Reserve. It follows an entire week of major market swings. On Wednesday, the Dow tumbled 1,300 points and erased all the gains it had made since President Trump took office about 2 and a bit years ago. By comparison, the 2008 global recession, stock market losses happened over a few months. This time, the plunge started just a few weeks ago. So is the worst yet to come? Let's bring in trade expert Scott Shaladi. He joins us now from Chicago to talk about trade and the economy. Scott, the linchpin of Donald Trump's presidency had been the stock market gains. They have now, for circumstances beyond his control, been wiped out. Will investors get that back, get those numbers back up? What are they saying?
I don't think it's going to happen as quickly as a lot of folks do. I mean, the virus came across pretty quickly. You've seen an historic decline in our stock market prices. For us to get that back, it's going to take a lot. And the problem with this is this. And I don't know if the response is inappropriate. Every life lost is something to be taken seriously, whether it be measles, the flu, or coronavirus. But we've shut down the world's largest, most successful economy for so far only 157 deaths. And I think a lot of the electorate is starting to wake up to that fact that the reaction to this action, do they meet? Is this something that is an appropriate response? Because there are going to be historic job losses, foreclosures in homes, business bankruptcies, due to the fact that we've shut down our economy almost 100%. So that's really been the topic of the day.
That's very interesting. Also, one topic we see thrown out there, the idea of a universal basic income, once suggested by former presidential contender Andrew Yang. Does that seem to be taking off?
No, it's not a very good one. And a lot of the experts who I happen to agree with don't think that's going to be the answer. And they're really trying to get to the crux of the problem, which is the regular taxpayer that's going to be really hard done by, because, you know, in the state of Indiana, where I am right now, just over the border from Chicago, we had 1 or 2 deaths, and they shut down all bars and restaurants right away in the entire state. And so you've got all those dishwashers and all those waiters, and we're ferrying people to and fro. I mean, there's such a knock-on effect from some of the even slightest things that the government does. And unfortunately, we've gone from erring on the side of caution to erring on the side of hysteria, and now we've notched it up one more. We're erring on the side of better safe than sorry.
I missed the fucking David Cameron speech again.
Strategy of losers.
Okay, well, I'll be
So look at Discord and see what's going on. Oh, I never. That's interesting. Discord hasn't been on. I wonder why Discord's done this. Let's have a look. Here we go. Right, Discord should be working now. Eastside Division, Johnny. Okay, alright, Eastside Division. Oh, Eastside Division's up there as well. Alright, Eastside Division. Sorry. I think the Discord's working now, but you can mess me any way you want. Is this Gareth Thomas? Hello, Johnny. Hi, Gareth. I've been asleep all afternoon because I did take my morning medication, and I take my morning medication, I sleep, and I don't really get exercise anymore. I don't really know. It's very difficult. I mean, when it's a bit cold, I don't feel like getting out there. Are you still mad at me? Well, so it's what I've learned, Gareth, is that I can't trust you because I don't really want to get into a heated debate, but yesterday you said one thing. You said you didn't call the police. Then when I said apologise, you apologised. You didn't have to. You could have said I didn't call the police, so why should I apologise? And you apologised, and so there's just too many things that don't match up, and the whole thing is totally bizarre. I think you did grass, and you're just not admitting it. And you're just a typical Babylon sort of person, like my uncle, my dad. That Babylon mentality that you have, that it's just totally wrong. And I don't know. I'm not mad. I forgave you last night, didn't I? I mean, I can forgive you, but it doesn't mean I can support you at the next general election. It doesn't mean I'm going to do that. And who won your seat last time? And who's the one who's been saying that Gareth Thomas is a good MP? I mean, who's been actually saying that? I mean, who's the one that actually has been saying? See what Professor Johnny Wang is like. Hey Johnny, sir, can you accept my friend request on Discord? I can, of course I will. I'll get around to it eventually. I'm very sorry, yeah, of course I'll get around to it. Right, no, Johnny, you gave me I don't know how would I have realized you went on to oh, come on, guys, let's get over it now. Just leave it alone now. I asked my okay, Gareth. Let's just forget about it, and we don't need to start talking about it today. I mean, that's what I mean about being mature. I mean, me and Black Lightning, sometimes we fall out a little bit, and it's only because I'm trying to get him to do these lyrics slightly better. And I feel that if I just leave Black Lightning just to be himself and don't interfere, then he's not going to progress, and he's not going to be a good artist. So I interfered with Ras Smalls. I did improve his vocals, and what I'm trying to say is that sometimes there is friction. Sometimes we have a bit of friction, but sometimes it's for a better cause. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know if you know what I mean, but if I just leave Black Lightning, it's easy going. But if I challenge him and I say, look, try and do it this way, then I'm causing a nuisance, but I'm getting the result that we need at the end. I mean, I thought Johnny Wayne, Bob Blackman is better than Gareth Thomas. Oh, right, is it? Well, I didn't notice today that Bob Blackman can see. I mean, Gareth Thomas can't see. I mean, there's no disputing that. Gareth Thomas is deluded. I mean, there's no disputing that. A man in glasses is deluded. That is a fact. That is a fact. And Bob Blackman does not wear glasses. I noticed that today. But I don't think Bob Blackman could see quite as well as me. I think he has to turn his head to look to the right. Just turn your head to look to the right, you're a blind motherfucker. I mean, you're deluded. Just if you have to move your head to look around, you're deluded. I mean, that's what it means. You can't see. You're preoccupied by mind. I mean, well, you can say whatever you want. That sounds like something my uncle would write. I mean, that doesn't seem like it could be the real Gareth Thomas, really. I mean, how can you write like that? I mean, I don't know. It's up to you anyway. I did used to stick up for him and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, oh, no, says, I just came from your advert. Oh, that's all right. No, you called No. Is that your name? It's a very interesting name. No, it looks like that must be your name. I just came from your advert. Oh. So you're all right. No, is that your name? No, is it? There's no noticed you before, I don't think. What I'm doing is encouraging people not to vote for MPs at the next general election. I'm going to put a campaign forward not to vote for them, and I'm going to keep campaigning to have no voting for politicians, because I don't see why we should elect a body of puppet masters that are scared of their public, of paranoid schizophrenics. I don't see how we can have 600 paranoid schizophrenics in charge of this country. I get that. I'm fine, Mike. I'm very good, thanks. No, I'm very good, thanks. What I realise is how deluded the government really are, and that's what I realised from yesterday to today. How really deluded, underdeveloped. Have they ever understood my equanimity into the education system? They haven't even got it themselves in Parliament. I told them they got to teach to the teachers first. Are they listening to me? Are they really doing it? Is that the effort that they're putting in? I mean, education systems where I put all the effort in. No, they want to do emotional laws instead. And that's what they do. Emotional law instead. Fuck emotional law. That is going to get you fuck all anywhere. Locking people up because of emotions. Because of emotions. I'm emotion. My husband got murdered, so I'm emotionally a wreck. I need to lock someone up for 15 or 20 years to feel better about myself. That's a load of old bollocks. It's not going to make you feel better or anything. Stupid. I can't believe that Gareth Thomas is writing like this. Well, Gareth Thomas, you reap what you sow. I mean, I've never cussed anyone in the room. If that's the real Gareth Thomas, I don't think it can be. I mean, how can you write like that about someone else? I mean, that's what I'm on about. You see, you're just an average man. If that is Gareth Thomas, you're just a man. And because you're just a man, that's how you write. You got no mercy. You are deluded. You write like that about someone else on my page. Why are you writing about Johnny wanking like that? What's wrong with Johnny wanking? What is wrong? I know you're not talking to me, Gareth, but is it right that you talk to Johnny wanking like that? Is that right? Is that right? Is that the correct terminology for someone in authority and as a public figure to be talking? Well, I'm sorry. When I call you deluded, I'm not cussing you. I'm telling you the truth. That is the truth. What I'm trying to say to you, Gareth, is, it doesn't matter. You just do tit for tat stuff. I can't be bothered with it. Tit for tat argument. You're probably best not on Discord, really. You're not very civilized, really, Gareth. Me and my Rasta friends are far more civilized than the MPs, I think. If that is Jeremy Corbyn, it comes on it, I think he might be all right, but I think he did LSD and stuff in the 60s, and I don't know if it is Jeremy Corbyn or not, but I just think that might be him, and he might just be a bit cooler. That's all. And I don't think Jeremy Corbyn would have a go at Prof. Dot wanking. I mean, when I call you deluded, that's a fact. I mean, it's not a cuss. It's not a cuss word. It's a fact. I shouldn't really accuse anyone of being deluded, really, but I'm just trying to explain to the people that the MPs are all deluded. They are all deluded. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, they're taking a piss out of me. They're taking a piss out of me. Who's taking a piss out of me? Do I really care? I mean, I'm a grown man. If someone wants to take a piss out of me, let them do it. Let them do it, Gareth. I'm not fucking going to block them like what you do on the email. You block me on the email. You're a moron. That means that the next time Trump does something wrong, well, you block my email. So how are you going to solve the Donald Trump situation? Unless you come on my page and I tell you here, really, you made a big mistake. And I'm not a blocker or anything like that. If people want to take the piss, it's up to them. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone's unique. We're doing a brand new project. This project is a bit like television, and it's interactive television. They can get on Discord or on YouTube, and I don't know if I believe you, Gareth, because I've been trying to email you for ages and I haven't been able to get through. I don't think it's since that time that you grasped me up to the police. I think you have blocked my email. I don't know why your email address stopped working then. It's very strange, Gareth. I tried emailing you again today and I couldn't do it. And it really doesn't matter if you take this out of me anyway. I'm happy. I like being having people take piss out of me. If someone takes piss out of me, it's like being in the playground. It's just exactly the same as being in a playground, being on YouTube and Discord. Exactly the same thing in the playground. And people say, I've even done it myself. I mean, once Official Esh was trying to show me something, and I didn't agree with him, and I ended up being very rude to him, even myself. So we all make mistakes, which is why I don't want to condemn Gareth Thomas for writing the way that he does. But I mean, we all make mistakes, and we've just got to be more forgiving and have more mercy towards each other. And Official Esh really did have mercy in that anyway. The next day he came on, wrote something, we both agreed with it, and then we forgave each other anyway, and that was that. I mean, now we're like best friends, so you can't always say that. And the way that when something starts off negatively in the playground, it's like one of my friends from school. When I was at school, there was a guy that used to be a bit of a bully. When I left school, well, he became a good friend of mine. I mean, it's just the way it goes. I mean, the only reason he bullied me was because he thought that I was like one of the biggest guys in the playground, and that's why I get bullied quite a lot, really, because people want to be as big as me. I mean, well, even if someone is a registered sex offender, like King Solomon Proverbs says, love sees, overlooks all offences, right? So, Official Esh is not the only person that will be a sex offender. All the MPs will be just the same. They got the carnal mind, they got a savage mindset. That's just normal. Normal people do sex offences. That's what they do. Everyone just gets so hung up on it, and they're like, what's the word? Everyone just gets so hideous. Sex offence. But really, there's so many people that every Friday and Saturday night, if you go to the pub, you will witness men lurching over women and pinching bums and all this. And that's exactly the same. I mean, I don't know. I still, even if Vigil Esh was a sex offender, I don't know if he is or not. It makes no difference to me. I don't care what crime you've done. It doesn't matter what criminal you are, what crime you've done, how you express yourself. These things do not matter to me. You're welcome in my rooms. It would be good if you wanted to address the issues or help yourself feel better. It would be good, but I'm not out to force people to change their ways of life. I mean, it would be nice to obey some of the laws of the land, and we shouldn't really be sex offenders. We shouldn't really be like that, carnal-minded. But I think Official Edge is a bit carnal-minded. I remember writing stuff in the past, but I mean, we just can't turn away people. We just have to be accepting of everyone. I mean, I don't believe that people do crimes out of as what the government said to me yesterday. They said, "You've got capacity." So I said, "All right, I've got capacity, have I? I'm paranoid schizophrenic with capacity." I said, "No, hang on a minute. I can have one or the other. I'm either paranoid schizophrenic or I have capacity." That's what I said to the police. I don't know what the fuck whether they agree with me or not, but you know what I'm trying to say to you is that when Official Esh does his, I don't know. Someone said that he's a sex criminal. I don't know if he is really or not, but let's just say a sex criminal. They're not really a sex criminal through choice. They're a sex criminal because they got a hormone that they can't control. They got an urging hormone. They can't control it, and that's why they offend sexually. And what we have to do is the Pathfinder, the Kung Fu. Someone who's done Kung Fu is not carnal minded. You know, I mean, I'm not carnal minded at all. I never think about sex at all. Sex interests me the least, really. Johnny, you're a sex offender. Am I really? I don't. I believe if you check my criminal record is clean as fuck. I mean, you can say whatever you want, Jeremy Corbyn. It's okay if you says surprise first, then they're just ungrateful. I don't quite know what you mean there, but no, I thought you said you was a sex offender, mate. Sorry, no. What I'm saying is that love overlooks all offences, and the only offence out there that actually is that the people are really bothered about is a sexual offence. I mean, the sexual offence is the grabbing a bum or whatever you want to call it, whatever they do. I don't know. I've never been a sex offender, so I don't know what the fuck they do. But I don't know how you can rape a woman anyway. I don't know how you can get her fucking dress off and get your penis. I mean, I find it hard enough in the bed. I'm 44 years old. I still find it hard to get the thing in there when the girl's consenting. I still find it hard. I don't know if it's because it's so big or whatever, but I find it hard to get it inside the hole when the girl is consenting, lying there with her legs spread wide open. So I don't understand how you rape and how you do these things anyway. But all I'm saying is that because of the stage of history that we're in, or whatever you would call it, not history, because it's not really history, the time that we're in, there are savages in Europe. Europe is full of savages. That's what Rastafari know. Rastafari know that the government of savages, business people, they're savages. They wouldn't treat the planet the way that they do if they weren't savages. I mean, and a savage person is a carnal-minded person that is going to behave like a... Well, animals even go around raping each other and stuff, and physical dominance and stuff. And I witnessed it in pubs for years. I mean, you said you was a businessman the other day. Yeah, but I'm just talking about. It doesn't matter. I don't know what you mean there, but I'm a bit lost there. But I'm just saying that a lot of these guys are carnal-minded. You know, not all businessmen are. I mean, there are businessmen, and maybe there might even be politicians. I can't think of one, but I don't think there are any conscious politicians. Maybe Bob Blackman might be a bit more conscious than the others, but I don't. I can't. If someone seeks power like that, they're not really conscious. They can't be conscious. I mean, they're seeking power. Why are you seeking power? That is the act of an ego. I mean, that's what I'd say. Anyway, they're not. They're not chosen by a king or chosen by the queen. It's an ego power. It's an ego battle to get into power. I mean, well, back to the reptiles thing. I don't see why a reptile can't have love anyway. I don't think MPs are reptiles, really. They come from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds. That's why they're exactly the same as the general public. They might try and make out they're superior, or the media might try and make out, oh, this is like Jacob Rees-Mogg. Like what they say is, Jacob Rees-Mogg is intelligent because he wears glasses and he speaks too long, wastes time, waffle. So because Jacob Rees-Mogg wears glasses, waffles, and has side potting, the media make out, Jacob Rees-Mogg is clever. What, that's brains, really? That's brains to talk that shit? That's not brains, that's not clever. And that's the point I'm getting at, really. I mean, MPs are not, the MPs don't have any solutions, no brains whatsoever. They really don't. And I'm here to bring them down and replace the governing authority with the proper governing authority, with Jah Rastafari as king and emperor. And if I reign, it'll be a fair reign. I mean, MB stands for my penis, probably. Yeah. White emancipation. I'm not sure if this Discord link still works, but we'll try it and see. I haven't got it in there.
Is88 said I love reptiles. When I went to Australia I saw this crocodile. I pulled down my pants and went in for the tackle. I managed to get 3 fingers in there.
How Thomas has been on? I didn't realise that. He's been on Discord.
Professor Johnny Wanking said accept my friend request PLS Johnny.
Well, I'm going to accept the friend request now, I think. I'm just set to do this. All I have to do is click on this button here. I've got pending friend request here. Johnny Wanking, that's all it is. I've only got one friend request. I accepted you, Prof. Johnny Wanking. I didn't realise the Gav Thomas was on Discord, though. It's interesting.
Professor Johnny Wanking said thank you, my friend.
That's all right. No worries. I don't know what friends do. I mean, I don't see I don't know what the point of having friends is yet. I still haven't got my head around Discord at all. I mean, YouTube is a very simple program. That's what I love about it. But Discord, I still haven't got my head around at all. I mean, but we never get in the room and talk too much together, really. I mean,
Is88 said Johnny. Pull down your pants. Now, do it, you dirty pig.
Max Mason says, can you play that Rastafari tune again? Did I just play it a minute ago, or?
Is88
is it the one I
said
played yesterday?
Cough.
I'll tell you what I'll have to do. I'll have to try and find it. I'll find the one I played yesterday. Here it is. This is the one that we played yesterday.
Television said Vualuahan. Is88 said
I really don't know what the matter with the country is, to be honest with you. I mean, in Parliament and the general public, keep asking the same old fucking questions again and again. Like, what is the Prime Minister doing about me wiping my arse? And questions like that. Questions like, what is the Prime Minister doing about me? And just stupid, dumb questions. They just repeat. If you have to ask a question, you are a deluded motherfucker. And that's what MPs do. They ask the minister. The minister is the one that has to provide the answer. And the MPs go in there asking their questions. Well, why are you such ignorant fucks that can't come up with your own fucking answers? You're an ignorant motherfucker.
Said ping pong ding dong walla walla bing bong. Rastafari.
Someone says fuck Parliament. No. My plan is in the next 10 years to bring them down to end the institution, and that's my plan. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to deny it. I don't think that these MPs are really giving us any justice, or all that they're doing is overtaxing us. They don't control the inflation rate right. I'm sure the Queen will be very happy with me.
Johnny Ranking said Lois Jobson will give everyone toilet paper.
I could even. Funny thing is, when you're looked after like me, my shopkeeper got me a whole box of water. And yes, I went in the shop, or was it today? And the woman goes, "Do you want any toilet paper?" And they got special supplies just for the insiders. You know what I mean? I mean, if someone comes in there, they're not an insider. They're not going to get toilet paper. That toilet paper is reserved for people like me. And you just don't get. No one knows how I'm treated in this community. I am treated specially, differently. It's incredible. I'm very grateful. So glad that shopkeeper brought me that water.
Don't you hate it when the cat outside keeps crying? Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. 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 Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow. East Life Willivision said King Kong likes my ding dong. Is Shake 8 said in your bing bong. Vision said it's for the sing-song. Is88 said OLF size. East Life Willy Vision said don't ever start up smoking, guys. Is88 said Johnny breath for Katsake. Professor Johnny Wanking said Johnny is at risk from corona. Yesman24 said this nigga gonna die if he don't stop. Is88 said Johnny does not believe in the NHS.
I don't believe in the NHS. We should shut the fucking place down. Someone's gonna die, let them die.
Cough, cough.
Simple as that. I never needed the NHS, not even as a mental health patient. I never needed them. They just, you got no control. You just, I mean, the police just come and just do what they want of you. I mean, that's the trouble with this country. The police can just come and take you, do what they want with you. I mean, people say China's bad and Russia's bad, but England is just the same. Exactly the same, if not worse. What's wrong with me? I've got no paranoid schizophrenia whatsoever, yet they give me medication for it. Why? To oppress me. So they're oppressing me, and I'm still sharper than all of them, even on that medication.
Is88 said I think Johnny is the coronavirus final boss. Is88 said Johnny was grown in a petri dish. Yesman24 said LMAO. East Life Willy Vision said I got lungs for sale. Who wants some lungs? I promise they are fresh.
Rastafari. 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 Rastafari.
I don't know if that's a song that you meant with the Rastafari. I've got a few songs with Rastafari in it, but this is one that we played yesterday. And I can't really remember what the other ones are.
East Life Willy Vision said now they're from my brother Mohammed from the Halal Butcher place. Is88 said pedo meat. Yesman24 said MMMM tasty.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like a carnal mind, and what we say in Rastafari is that we don't really like people with carnal minds. You can't, no carnal mind can enter Zion. That's what we say. So if anyone has some sort of perversion in their own head, you'll never make it into Zion. You just won't. You'll always be in turmoil. You'll become a sexual predator. All these stupid fucking things, and because you're not disciplined.
24 said is Johnny a Rastafarian?
Well, I used to be a Rastafarian. But I am still really a Rastafarian. Yeah, I suppose I am really.
Is88 said his eyes are. East Life Willy Vision said can I die and go to hell PLS?
I'm not really sure about that.
Is88 said you are here now. Yesman24 said, hell is this? Is88 said yes. Professor Johnny Wanking said, if I get corona, what should I do? Yesman24 said, ask Johnny for help.
If you get corona,
It's life
what you
with
do
a
is
vision,
you
said
isolate
spread it.
yourself, don't you?
Is88 said, put a lime in it.
If you get coronavirus, you isolate yourself for 7 days if you live alone, or 14 days if you live with a family, and that's what you do. I think that's the latest rules. I've missed all the government speeches for the last 2 days, so fuck knows what you're supposed to do. I don't know what's going on now. I don't know if you guys can inform me, but I missed Boris Johnson's speech again today. I'll probably find out in Victoria Derbyshire show again tomorrow morning. Seems like Gareth Thomas got scared off, and so has Jeremy Corbyn as well. It's not a bad thing. I mean, him trying to be cool on our page and stuff.
Is88 said, I love it when he coughs in the mic. Is88 said, I have a semi.
Yeah, there is a Run DMC sample in there. There's also a Prince sample in there. This song is made out of a load of samples. That's what it is. I can't remember who else is in there, but that little sample there, I can't remember where it came from, but I can't remember where any of the samples came from. That bit there is sampled from some 1980s record. I think it was actually Wham. It's Wham. That's the sample.
Yesman24 said, has anyone ever dared to join Johnny's VC?
I do have a sampler. Yes, Emancipation. I do. I've got two samplers actually. I've got one in Logic, and I've got
I've
got an external outboard sampler as well. I've got a Yamaha A3000. Got a Yamaha. Well, I never used the Yamaha A3000. I never made this song with the Yamaha A3000. I made it with the computer. It's much easier to use sampler in the computer. I mean, the sampler in the computer is just as good as a sampler externally. I mean, it's just as good. You don't need a you don't need a sample. You don't need an external sampler anymore. I don't even think they make them anymore. You just use Logic now, and that's it, really. Or another DAW program. Loving that print sample. Oh, you can hear it, can you?
Yesman24 said, has Johnny ever turned off his LEDs? Is88 said nope. Is88 said he's still yet to show how many corpses he has in that cupboard of his.
It's not very loud in here. It's actually very quiet. I mean, it's not loud at all.
Is88 said go to hospital, Johnny. Fuck, that cough is really bad, man.
No, I'm not going to hospital. Fuck on, man. I'm never going in the hospital. That cough, I'll just live with it.
Willivision said need an asthma pump.
I don't need that asthma pump. I'm all right. I'll be all right. I mean, we weren't born with an asthma pump. We weren't born with all these things. I mean, we weren't born with the NHS. I mean, we've been smoking for thousands of years, millions of years maybe. And we never had no NHS before. It's fuck the NHS. I mean,
Is88 said we never used to have internet either.
that is true, and I can live without it.
Is88 said or phones.
That's true, and I can live without them. It's true. I've done it. I did live without all this stuff for a long time. I've only just got it again recently, just to see if I can achieve more, but it's not really.
Is88 said I don't believe you.
Well, don't believe me then, but I lived years without any television, any internet. It's only the November the 11th was when I got internet, and up till then I had nothing. And I had my mobile phone, I must admit, but I mean, I didn't really have all this set up like this. I mean, it all happened after November the 4th, and I didn't have internet at all. I did on my mobile phone, but then I got a broadband connection.
Is88 said he's a character from Men in Black.
Who's he's? Is that me or?
East Life Willivision said too much spliffing, less dicking. Yesman24 said, Johnny, what do you think about the homosexuals?
All I think about homosexuals is that
88 said burn them.
Homosexuals, well, me and Rastafari both agree that it's not the correct way to have sex. It's just not. I mean, if you want to turn on your oven, you have to turn the handles to turn the oven on. If you want to turn the hob on, you've got to turn the handle to turn the hob on. Now, if you want to have a child, a penis goes into a vagina. A penis doesn't go up an arsehole or into a mouth. It doesn't. So in Rastafari, we call oral sex a perversion. We call anal sex a perversion. And we say you're a carnal-minded pervert if you do these kind of things. And we say that you shouldn't do it. You should use your body the way it's designed.
88 said Johnny.
But
if I gave you a gram of speed, would you let me slide my 2-inch PP in you?
No. And what I'm trying to say is that we personally wouldn't murder someone for being homosexual. We won't murder them. But, I mean, what we realise is that people who are often homosexual become paedophiles as well. I mean, some people refute that, but I'm sure that homosexuality is a perversion.
88 said 2 grams.
It's a big perversion, homosexuality. I mean, such a big perversion that these guys are perverts, and I don't see why. I agree with Rastafari that when he said it to me, I didn't see it quite straight away, but yeah, I mean, homosexuals are the biggest bunch of paedophiles that there are. I mean, that's what they are. They're just perverts. That's what they are. I mean, how can you not want to shag a bit of pussy? I mean, there's something wrong with you. I mean,
24 said, Johnny, what drugs are you currently on?
Well, government medication, and that's it, really. I'm not. I call this a herb. If you call, I don't call this a drug. To me, this is a herb. So I'm on government medication. Really, that's the drug that I'm on.
It's 88 said, Johnny, yes. East Life Willivision said, damn, I gotta have a word with Muhammad then.
I don't know what you mean by Muhammad, but I don't think Johnny is in the same realm as us. Probably not, actually. You're probably right. You're probably bang on, actually.
Is88 said he defo isn't.
I'm not in the same realm. You're probably right. I mean, I am in a different realm. You're right. I think I know what you mean by realm. I am, yeah, probably in a different realm, yeah. Some people are in the realm of emotion and turmoil, and I'm not. And so I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm not in the same realm as the normal people. That's why I started up this channel, to try and encourage people to, try and encourage people to get more lively.
East Life Willivision said Shuj Night bummed Diadro.
Well, I'm not really sure about all these things and all these stories. I don't know about that, but I hear all these stories, and I heard that if you want to release a record, you have to basically get LTJ Bookham, and you have to suck his dick. If you suck LTJ Bookham's dick, you can release a record. I heard all these stupid stories, and I went in a hip hop studio once, a real big famous hip hop studio in Archway, and I thought to myself, what the fuck is going on here? It looked like the guys did suck this guy's cock off or something. The way he looked like a batty man in the studio. It looked like that they used to pleasure him or something to get their records made or something. But I don't know if that was true or not.
Encourage people to ban the NHS, ban the police, and kill the homos.
I was a bit paranoid at the time, and he might not have even been a homosexual. It might just be what was going on in my head. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just seems a bit weird. I never got a job in that studio anyway, and maybe nothing ever would have happened. But I think when I'm around, no one misbehaves like that. I mean, no, you don't do that when I'm around. And keep your penis in your trousers when I'm around. I mean,
Yesman24 said, let's join Johnny and protest outside Parliament about killing the fags.
Well, like me and Rastafari say, we can't kill a man. Could you kill a man yourself for being a homosexual? Have you got the balls to do it? And who's to say that? I mean, we don't think you should be killing them. We're in England now, and in England, you don't go around killing people. I mean, the only thing about the homosexuals is that they're the perverts, and they're not. In a lot of countries, they do just murder them straight away. I mean, they find a homosexual.
24 said, I'd curb stomp a fag if he looked at me.
In an African country, if you find a homosexual, the whole village will just go and just murder them. I mean, the whole village goes straight after them. And it's like if you steal a loaf of bread in these countries, the whole village will just go fucking mental at you. It's not like this country where you got police and stuff. In these countries, the village go mad. I mean,
Is88 said, Johnny, if you could end world hunger and bring peace to everyone, but you had to take a cock in the ass, would you do it?
no. I mean, that world hunger is not really a big issue of mine anyway. I mean, that's a bit of a myth created by the West. The West do that. I don't know why they do it, but yes, some countries do have famine sometimes, but most of the world is fed quite well most of the time. I mean,
Yesman24 said, Johnny, would you suck a gay person's dick for an infinite supply of weed?
no, I wouldn't.
Is88 said, I fucking would. Give me 2 of them bad boys, let's go.
I could never bring myself to suck a man's cock or have a man's cock in my ass or nothing like that. I'm not a fucking woman. I'm a man. And that's not what men do. A real man will shag a woman and that is it. You have sex with a woman and man, woman. I'm not going to say Adam and Eve, like it says in the Bible, but there is man and woman, female, male. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, you can't dispute that. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yesman24 said, what if you woke up one day with a dick in your mouth, Johnny?
It's not going to happen. I don't have anyone stay in this flat. I mean, it's not going to happen, is it?
Ish88 said, this happens to me all the time. So annoying.
Oh, right. Chicken Satay asked me how many birds have I shagged. You know what? I wouldn't say that I've shagged that many, but I have lost count. I mean, it's not difficult for me to lose count, but I've got no idea, to be honest. I can't even remember who I've shagged and who I just can't remember. I'm an old man now. I mean, that was first had sex when I was 17 years old, and I'm 44 now.
I bet they've shagged you, Johnny.
I bet they shagged you, Johnny. Is that Actually, when you say how many birds have you shagged, actually, I haven't shagged any birds. I've only shagged women, but I mean, you're calling women birds.
Yesman24 said, Johnny, would you let a woman peg you?
I don't know what you mean by peg, but I think if you're talking about put a strap on, no, I wouldn't. I mean,
Yesman24 said it's where they get a strap on and they fuck you up the ass.
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Ish88
No.
said, bring out the pepper mill.
I'd never have anything shoved up my ass. I mean, why would I do that?
Ish88 said, TSTSTSSTSTST.
And as I can see from the topic of this conversation, there is someone out here who's got a carnal mind. I mean, if you talk about sex all the time, you've got a carnal mind. And poor Ish88 is
Yesman24 said,
now.
Johnny, how much meth have you had today?
None.
East Life Willivision said, fisherman's friend is men. Yesman24
Emancipation
said,
says, what about the poor kids in
you had
Africa
sex?
starving? Well, you say, what about the poor kids in Africa starving? That's what I'm trying to say to you. This is what the West portray. But I've been invited to go and live in Somalia. And where I was invited, we had so much land that we could have grown. The problem with Africa is that they don't grow their own food because we keep giving them handouts. And while we keep giving them handouts, they're not going to grow their own food. And it's so stupid because they got the land. They have got the land.
When
I mean,
did you last wash
there's
your
no problem in
boxes?
Africa, and there's no problem for the West to meddle with in Africa. I mean, don't move to Somalia, fam. Jesus Christ, why not? I mean, Somalia is a safe country. I could grow weed. I would be like a proper king. I really would be like a real king in Somalia. I'd have my own house that would be built for me. It wouldn't be my house. We'd all live in there. Me, Max, and whoever went with us, Junior, and I wouldn't go with that unless I went with my crew. My crew, we would. If I decide to move to Somalia, then Black Lightning and all these guys, they'll move with me and full of killers. Well, that's what you say, but we know how to. I'm a street guy, and I'm a street guy in London. I'm exactly the same in Somalia. I mean, there's not really full of killers. All there is muggers. And I would have to be careful that I don't get mugged. But that's why I don't go and do the shopping myself. I go with a Somalian.
Said, Johnny, you
and the Somalian does the shopping for me. And I would be protected the whole time. I mean, I just would. I mean, the Somalians would love me anyway. And I have no fear of being murdered or or anything like that. Blood diamonds. I don't know.
It's said
I don't
he
think you
needs
really
to do a
understand what
cover
Somalia is really
first.
like. I don't think you really know what. I mean, where I was going to be living was. It looked pretty safe. I mean,
Yasmin 24
I'd have to go into
said
the
do
city
house
once a
tour,
week
Johnny.
to get what I need, like Rizla and tobacco and things. And
East Life Will
we would
said
hire a
slaves.
cook that would go into the city to get the food, and they'd go to the market every day and get the food, bring it home. The chef would cook it. It'd be a very good lifestyle out there. For me, it'd be a. I mean, the month. For me to get someone to drive me around that town in Somalia costs about £1 for the whole day. Instead of catching a bus, I would just rent a car out, a driver. And I'd say, well, I want to go to the city for the day.
Said, how many
Give him about
Stargate
£1,
sovereigns do you
and he'd
need
drive me
to
around the
punch
city
into
all day for
activate
about
that
£1.
portal
I
in
mean,
the cupboard, Johnny?
go to Nigeria. I'd go to Nigeria as well, but I don't have connections in Nigeria. There was one Nigerian woman who was a nurse in hospital who asked me to move to Nigeria with her, but I don't quite trust her anyway. And I don't know. Maybe she does love me, and we do clash slightly. I mean, she's got a bit of a. I mean, I do like a bit of a fiery woman, and she's fiery, but I mean, it's probably a man. No, it's not a man. It is a woman, Victoria. You can see the size of her ass. There's no way a man can have an ass that big. She's smart. She's tough as well. She can go into a room and take most men out. I mean, most of these men in the psychiatric ward, she can restrain them on her own. I mean, she can. She is a woman, and she'll walk into a room where there's a man kicking off, and she'll sort him out. I mean, she's very strong indeed.
88 said she had 2 gooches.
She's got a big batty, yeah. She's got a big batty, all right.
Professor Johnny Banking said Gucci Mane. Is 88 said of that I'm sure. Is 88 said Johnny, show us your martial arts skills. Ronnie Janking said Johnny, pull down your pants.
Ronnie Janking? Now we've got Ronnie Janking. I've never heard of him before. I see that Gareth Thomas
Ronnie
and Jeremy
Janking
Corbyn
said
don't want
do
to.
a backflip.
Jeremy Corbyn and Gareth Thomas don't want to sit out the get to know their constituents bit. They don't want to get to know their constituents. They've had enough
said
now.
do a move. Raker has said Gareth is a pussy boy. Ronnie Janking said show us your dancing skills, Johnny.
I'm not really in the mood to dance, and I've got this chair in here at the moment. I'd have to get the chair out, and the camera is not very good at showing my whole body, so you'd either see my legs or my arms, and I don't know, I just can't be bothered at the moment. I'm not really in the... If I had some speed or something, I'd do it, man. I don't know. What day is it? Thursday. I could get some speed, but the guy never has his phone on. I mean, where's my phone now? Did someone ring me a while ago? No.
East Life Willivision said chair dance, Johnny.
That's about it for now. Or can you hook me up with the plug? I don't know what you mean by, or can you hook me up with the plug? You'd have to explain. Can I buy some weed from you? Well, chicken satay. I'm not allowed to sell weed. You know that, and YouTube's not the right place to discuss things like that. I mean, if you've got a difficulty getting weed, I might be able to help you, but you'd have to contact my phone. I mean, that's the correct way. I mean, but I can't really get it for you, but I can get it for you if you know what I mean. I mean, I can get pretty much any resource in the whole world. I mean, you can get gold, diamonds, or whatever you want, really. Or can you hook me up with the plug? Well, like I said, you've got to contact my phone. I can't do it on anything on YouTube. Can you dab, Johnny? Can you dab? Do you mean speed or?
It's Shady 8 said the moves, man.
I can't put a phone number on the screen. I don't know where you live in London anyway. I mean, you got to tell me where you live. That's the first thing. And if you live near me, then I can help you. If you don't live near me, I can't help you anyway. Maybe I could, but it'd be so much work. I mean, I'd have to go and find someone, get the postcode. That's a nightmare. I mean, Northwest. All right. Well, I'm Northwest as well. I mean, well, Discord's no good neither because that's a public forum as well.
It's Shady 8 said
If you want to talk to me about buying herbs, you're going to have to contact my mobile phone, which is 07917 07917 008 654. 07917 008 654. If you contact that, we'll see what we can do. I mean, I am out to support my people that are on here, but I'm not even sure if I can sort you out a number or not. I'd have to read your message, and you might be a Fed anyway. How would I know? I mean, and then I can't get my guy into trouble if you are a Fed, you know. Can you say it once more, please? All right, 07 917 008 654.
It's Shady 8 said I rang him the other day. I asked him to let me out of the cupboard. I've been in here for weeks.
You're not a Fed. Well, that's what all Feds would say, isn't it? Let's see what you asked for. Oh, you retracted the message anyway. All right. You have to be specific in what you're asking for. You can't ask for it like a Fed. If you ask for it like a Fed, then I'll say no, I can't get it. But if you ask for it in the correct way, I'll say, if I say no, then you have to ask me in a proper way. I mean, you got to ask. I can't tell you how it is on YouTube, but I know how a Fed speaks. And if you're not a Fed, then maybe I can help you.
Said Johnny's channel is so getting banned.
I don't have a meth dealer. I've never done meth in my entire life. I total reaper. It's all right, chicken satay, but you just got to understand that you got freedom to say whatever you want in a text. But if you say the right words, then maybe I can help you. But if you say it wrong, I'll just have to say no, I can't help you. I'm sorry. That's it. You know.
Ace88 said drug use, it's only a matter of time.
It's probably best if you WhatsApp me. Is probably the best way to text works as well, but WhatsApp is what I prefer. I mean, WhatsApp. I do love WhatsApp compared to text and call. The video call is very powerful on WhatsApp. Actually, there's not a lot of noise from my computer today. Can't hear any noise from the computer today. That's interesting. Right, I'm just going to make another drink. I'll be back in a minute.
East Life Willivision said put speed in your teeth.
Right, this is one of the first tunes that I've produced.
Rakura said lack in brain cells.
I didn't actually produce this, but I wrote it. And I did the vocals, and it's a track that was made. Actually, it was made before 1999. It was made before I had a sampler or a studio. I had done studio work before this, but this was produced by BioWire, and it was my idea of a track. I had it in my mind, and I think he did a very good version of what was in my mind. I was quite impressed.
East Life Willivision said do you plan on having a family, Johnny? A wife and kids, a dog, and a parrot.
Well, I don't really plan on having a family that I live with. I don't know. It depends. If I can get a big enough house, if I can get a house down South Hill Avenue that's detached, that I can fit me and a family into, then I'll do it. But if I can't afford it, then
Is88
I
said
can't
the
do it.
whole galaxy is his family.
Yeah, the whole galaxy is my family as well. But I know what Eastside Willism was going on about. He was going on about a nuclear family, I think that's what you call it. And well, I'm getting a bit old now anyway, really, to be honest with you. I don't know if I can do it anymore, really. The kids are just knacking me
Is88
out.
said gay, very gay. You defo would take a cock or two.
Who's that? I'm getting a bit old to have family now, to be honest. I feel a bit over the edge. I think it's all the drugs that I've done. It ages you up.
Ronnie Janking said, what if Johnny is some omnipotent entity that us mortals can never fully begin to comprehend?
Well, that's a very interesting perspective that Ronnie Janking has got a very interesting. Well, maybe you can't comprehend all the knowledge. Well, you can do it though. I mean, I've got the Pathfinder book. I mean, Ronnie Janking is welcome to discover my knowledge that got me to be where I am today.
Is88 said maybe he really doesn't exist. It's just some group illusion.
No, I don't think that's what Ronnie Janking was getting at. What Ronnie Janking was getting at was that I might be so disciplined that people can't comprehend me as a. They can't conceive me. They'll never understand in their minds what my ability is or what I am. Or I think that's what he means. And what I'm trying to say is that
said he defo isn't saying that about you.
What I'm saying is that you can comprehend what I've done, or that's not what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. No.
East Life Willivision said maybe Johnny is God. Maybe he has reached a level of enlightenment that us mere humans can't ever reach.
Well, you can. This is my point. I mean, you really can. And what Eastside Williams is saying is that Johnny might be God.
Ronnie Janking said all that weed smoking has transcended him.
Joel Rastafari, Johnny Ringo, means that I am, in a way.
Is88 said, do all gods have baggy eyes?
Or do all gods have baggy eyes? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, well, I think Haile Selassie had baggy eyes. Yeah, maybe Johnny is God. Well, I have got what's called Godhead. Who's this? Dill. All right, Dill. I've got what's called Godhead.
Right, I just want to ask, are you the ISIS guy that's going to blow up Tesco? Because I quite like to go and get a loaf of bread, like.
I'm not the ISIS guy who wants to blow up Tesco at all. No, I'm not.
Well, I get told you're going to blow up Tesco. Is that true?
This is the local authorities. I think have you been telling that Tesco's going to blow up?
Aye, Tesco, you're going to blow it up.
That's not me. I'm not going to do it. That was.
It's got all quiet now.
Johnny, I made you a track. Can you have a listen to it?
What, you got a track? You want me to hear it?
Yep.
Are you going to play it now down Discord, or do you want me to? Or do you want to email it to me? So I can always turn my music off, and you. So I turn my music off, and you put yours on.
Yeah, 1 sec. I'll send you.
Oh, what, you're going to email it?
Yeah, I'm interested.
No, I'll send it through Discord.
I don't know how to do it through Discord, my son. I'm really sorry, I can't play it through Discord because the way it's set up, Discord's on another computer, and
Can you not play it through your mic?
well, it wouldn't sound very good through the mic. I don't think. I mean, through Discord, it wouldn't sound very good. It sound much better as an MP3. It's there. Well, I can't play that at the moment, I'm afraid. You have to MP3 me the email.
Yes, boss.
Hello, brother. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Who's that? Is that it's Jambo?
Yes, boss.
Hmm.
Yes, boss.
Bye.
What's happening,
I
boss?
don't know how to work this Wii U.
What's happening, guys?
Just
I'm a big fan.
talking to one of my idols.
Yeah, I've been watching him. It's Johnny. Cool guy, man. Cool kind of TV kind of thing you got
The
going
man,
on.
the myth, the legend.
Yeah. Do you speak?
I do speak up, but I was listening to you guys, wasn't I? I didn't want to dominate the show. I didn't want to. I wanted to allow you guys to talk. That's why I kept quiet. I'll keep quiet again so you can talk.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
We're just smoking.
I'm
Ronnie Janking said, Johnny, play my track I sent you.
Magic Dragon, bro.
Like I said, I can't play things off Discord. You have to send it to me as an MP3. If you email it to me as an MP3, I can play it.
I've got an MP3 player. Can I send that to you in the mail?
Hello?
It's a good one. I got it from Argos 10 years ago.
Ronnie Janking said, what's your email then, Johnny?
Right, my email is eastlife@gmail.com.
Westlife Television.
Eastlife.
West.
eastlife@gmail.com.
eastlifetelevision.co.uk.
No, at gmail.com.
Or gmail.co.uk.
At gmail.com.
All right.
Yeah.
Any of you guys that smoke any weed?
I'm smoking a bit of weed. I'm smoking weed now.
Same, what you smoking?
Well, I just call it weed, and we don't have names for it. We just get weed, and we just call it weed, and we just smoke
Ronnie
it.
Janking said, what strain?
Well, it's just weed.
Well, it's high grade, but it's not got any chemicals in it, and it's not grown with any chemicals. It's high grade, but it's natural.
Nah, bro, it sounds like shit, man, if you don't know the name.
You don't need to know the name
You
of
should.
weed.
It's just moss with berries inside.
Nah, it's a high grade. It's a bit like skunk, but it's not skunk number one. But it's a type of it's a type of high grade, but it's just got no
like
chemicals in it.
brickweed.
You what?
Are you smoking like brickweed, bro?
No, not brickweed. That's hash in it.
Bro, if you don't know the name
Oh,
of
brickweed.
it,
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Jamaican stuff.
Yeah, you smoke.
I'm not smoking
you
that.
smoke
No, that's what I'm
brickweed?
saying. I'm not smoking that. I'm smoking proper high grade, but it's got no chemicals in it.
Wait, do you just go to your dealer and go, can I get 2 weeds?
I just say, can I get whatever I get the amount I want, and he just brings the amount over, and I give him the money, and that's it. And it's always the same sort of stuff every time. I mean,
Oh, fuck that. You live in that dog life, bro.
a what?
Do you smoke Star Dog, is it I take?
It's not Star Dog. No, it's just a high grade. I don't
What do
think
you
it's
mean the
Star
high
Dog.
grade? Bro, what do you mean the high grade? There's
High grade just means that it's a high grade. It gets you.
Smoked
It gets you high. I mean, that's what it means. I mean,
nah, but
How do you
listen,
grade
mate.
it? How do you know it's high
What
grade?
sort of grades is there then?
What's a low grade?
well, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I mean, maybe it's called amnesia or something like that. I mean, it might be called amnesia. That might be the name of it.
Ronnie Janking
Magic
said, did your
Camel.
weed score a high grade on the test?
I think some people say it's ammo. When they look at it, they go, "Oh, that's amnesia." But I wouldn't really know. I'm not really an expert like that. I don't know what they all are and that.
Alright, boss.
I just smoke this stuff. That's all I do. I just smoke it, you know.
Is Johnny.
MDMA.
He's lying.
I eat it.
Eat it. You ever tried MDMA in breakfast?
No. Complex. Right, complex.
Chicken set has been writing, but let's see what it is. Let me read that.
Get into the hospital, Johnny. You're dying.
If I die, I'll be happy. I'll be so happy when I die. It's unbelievable. When that moment happens.
Don't say shit like that.
No, I will be happy. I'll be happy. I'll be so happy. It's unbelievable.
Extreme suicide, isn't it?
Whoa.
I'm not suicidal, but I just think that it's going to happen soon anyway. I'm getting old. I feel that I'm getting very old on the inside.
Hey, you'll get some views for that, man.
And I do just think that I've only got about. I've got less than 10 years left. I think I've got less than 10 years left, or about 10 years left, and that's it. I'm getting very old.
East Life Television said big up Tumblr.
What age are you?
I'm 44 at the moment.
And you're saying you've got 10 years left?
I think so, yeah.
What year of life?
I've done a lot of drugs, my friend. I've done a lot of drugs, and I think that speed ages up your body.
55.
I think some of these drugs age up the body and the mind inside, and I think they actually. I don't know if they do kill you off quicker, but I mean, I just feel very old and very worn out, and I'm not doing much exercise at the moment. I tend to be sleeping during the day, sleeping at night. What am I going to die of? I'm just going to.
For about
I'm just going to. I think I'm just going to die of old age, and that'll be it.
Old age? You're old age. Yeah, 55 isn't old age, man. You're gonna fucking just chill on the drugs. Chill on the drugs.
Calm down, everyone.
Yeah, just run, do some exercise, and you'll live to at least 70, bro. I want to be watching you until you're 70.
I don't really want to live to 70 yet. Nothing beyond 70 anyway. That's when you can't move around and that when you get older.
Who's gonna run East Life Television?
Well, that will all come to an end, won't it? I mean, East Life Television.
Where the fuck am I gonna go? Well, see when I need a wank at 3 in the morning, where am I gonna go? Huh?
Got some questions to answer, Johnny.
You can ask me a question.
Yeah, I just asked you there.
Not speaking English. Come away. What's that?
Don't you know family members that you can hand down East Life Television to?
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that question, but I'm very sorry.
Do you know family members that you can hand your legacy down to?
Oh, what? Do I have any family members that I'd hand this down to?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have any. I've got some nieces, but I don't know if they'd be interested. And you got to be quite mentally strong to do this actual sort of show. I mean, it's not really the sort of thing that you can just hand on to anyone. I mean,
why not?
Well, they've got to be headstrong. They've got to be developed to do it. I mean, if they can't take a bit of hate or a bit of fist or a bit of Mickey taking, then they're not going to get nowhere. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got to put up with a hate. You got to know how to put up with haters. You got to know how to put up with all different types of mentalities, and it's quite a difficult thing to do. Really, it's not difficult for me. It's not difficult, but I mean, for some people, it would be very difficult. I mean, Gareth Thomas doesn't get it at all. Gareth Thomas thinks I'm wasting my time or something.
You're smoking weed, Bob.
You're
smoking weed, Bob. Job.
I'm smoking weed, yeah.
Yeah, but is it part of the job?
But,
Your niece have to do it?
The police don't mind me smoking weed. That's obvious. I mean, yesterday I got nicked, and they must have smelt it up here. And they didn't search my property or anything. And I think the police are quite decent to me. I think they let me smoke weed now. I don't know why that is, but.
Give them drugs as well.
Hmm?
Do they smoke drugs with you?
Well, some police do. I mean, I've got a friend who's a policeman who does cocaine, and I know a policeman who does cocaine. So, I mean, the police do drugs anyway. I mean,
That kind of thing in supermarket.
Hey. I wonder what his gooch tastes like.
you wonder what? What? Sorry.
Your gooch.
What sort of music are you playing?
That's a banging tune.
These are his main tunes, man.
This is Y74 Honey. This one. Y74 Honey. It's me on the drums, me on the bass, and me on the recorder.
So what is the reason for us to all be here together?
Just hanging out, man.
Weird portion of the internet.
All right, whoever's signing out, you can sign out. That's cool.
The colour.
I didn't see anyone sign out though. I don't even know how to sign out, to be honest.
When's the last time you turned your computer off?
When was the last time? What?
Turned your PC off?
Still can't quite hear that. Sorry.
When's the last time you turned your PC off, brother?
Turn it off. I turn them off every morning. I reboot them every morning. Every morning when I wake up, I reboot them. I don't do the studio computer. I leave that on 24 hours, 7 days a week. But the two laptops, I shut them down, reboot them.
Check him on. He's supposed to turn them off for now.
The studio computer doesn't need to be booted down. It's all right. It runs fine. These ones run out of memory and stuff if you don't reboot them. They say run out of memory during the day if you don't reboot it.
I'll fucking 1v1 you on CSGO now.
What the fuck are you listening to?
I've got bragging more.
That cannot be good for your health. That cough doesn't sound healthy either, bro.
The cough has never sounded healthy, but it doesn't matter. The cough doesn't matter. I shouldn't do it in front of the mic, really. Really, I should move to the side. But I mean, don't worry about the cough. Just seriously, don't worry about it. I've been coughing for years. I've been coughing for so long. I've been coughing for so long. I never get the flu. I never get a cold. And I'm all right.
I'm worried about your environment and your health because the curtains haven't been opened in months. I've watched all of your videos, bro. Open the curtains, open the window, let fresh air in.
I do that I do that in the office. I don't do it in this room because this room, if I open up the windows, it'll on the YouTube screen. It would look really weird if you open up the curtains. That's why I don't do it in this room. In the other room, I do open up the curtains and the windows and stuff. So this room is just a bit weird because if I open up the curtains, now it would be all right. It would be all right now to do it. But during the day, the bright light would come through the window and it's no good for film. It's just no good. And that's why I don't have the curtains open.
Man, I bet it's got to stink.
It must smell in there. Bro, you need to fucking change your music and stuff and open the window because it doesn't look healthy in there.
Come on, man, this is your viewer talking here. Take some.
Exactly. Listen, you're listening to the same shit on repeat. That can't be good for your health.
Well, I've got about a week.
We don't actually exist either. This is all inside your head by the.
There's about a week. There's actually a week's worth of music in here. I don't hear the same music all the time. There's about a week's worth in here. It's like Radio 2. It's the same as Radio 2. On Radio 2, you hear songs over about a week or 2 week rotation. And In here, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, but they're songs, but they're just random fucking music.
It's like
You
radio
have like you've got like a flute playing in the background, like a kid's playing. Like, come on, mate, we need to get it together here.
Johnny, can you still
Well,
teleport?
I enjoy what I'm listening to. I'm going to listen to it anyway. It's up to you. If you don't listen to it, you can always go and listen to some shit artist if you want to. If you want to go and listen to some shit artist, go and listen
I'm
to them.
worried about you.
What are you worried about me for?
You. Because I'm a viewer.
I'm not worried. I don't know why you're worried about me because there's nothing.
Listen, you're getting me very frustrated here. I'm a viewer and I'm getting really worried, right? Fucking open the windows.
I can't open the window.
Curtains, change the tunes.
I'm not changing the tunes. I'm just going to ignore you now because you're just repeating yourself. And I said I'm not going to do that, so that's it now.
Right, listen, you've got a viewer leaving it. I'm leaving.
Go on then.
Right.
I'm not worried if you leave or not.
Fuck East Life Television. It's shit.
Go on then.
Fucking shit.
Go on then. I'll see you later.
Shit.
Go on then.
I'm leaving. I'm going
Go on
to
then.
start up North Television. Come watch my channel if you really want to see some good tunes.
We'll go start your channel then. Start your channel. I'm not bothered.
I only try and help West Life Television. West Side. Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Westleaf Television, that's it.
Yeah. Elite. Alright.
Johnny, you're not worried about the competition that's gonna.
Pardon?
You're not worried about the competition, Westlife Television.
I'm not worried about any competition at all. I mean, why would I be worried about competition? I mean, they're all just nicking ideas off me anyway. I mean, obviously, I'm not worried about being the most popular. All I need to do is earn a living. I mean, the trouble with other guys is they get greedy and they try and dominate, and well, that's what other guys do. But what I try and do is incorporate and facilitate other people in my crew, and I try and grow the crew, and that's just the way that I do it. But
No.
I mean, what I've heard is that other station that they do in Bristol is not as good. It's got a few bangers, but the music's more consistent here, and that's what I heard. And I mean, I'm not worried about people setting up channels anyway. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy for people to set up channels. I'm happy for people to set up their own channels. I mean, they can do it, and if they can do it, then they can do it. I mean, if they know how to do it, let them do it. I mean, I'm happy. I don't control YouTube, and I don't mind if people want to watch West. If there is a Westlife and people want to watch Westlife, they can watch it. I mean, you can watch whatever you want, really. I mean, it's up to you.
Something secret you're hiding, man. Is that why you're not opening the cup?
Somebody
It's in the cupboard. It's in the cupboard, man.
Right, the song with the NWA sample, I'm not sure what it's called. I'm really sorry, but the internet bill must be expensive. No, it's not expensive because it's unlimited. I just pay 20 quid a month for my internet and that's it. Just pay £20 a month for internet and that's it. It's all in one like that. North Life Television, North Life here. All right. I've never thought of North Life. That's a very good one. You could all start your own channels up with these names. I mean, you can do that. I mean, I don't know if you will.
What about Southwest Source Television?
You could do Southwest West Television if you wanted to. I mean,
No, a Southwest Source, like Subway Source.
outside, I didn't hear that, but North Life Television, we could build a family. Yeah, we can build a family. That's exactly what we can do. That's the whole reason why I started this, was to build a community and get us all on here together.
Spread your legs.
I hope that we grow this channel. It's great. Every night we're getting more and more viewers. I mean, At the moment, we've got 10 viewers on YouTube. I mean, that's something that consistently at the moment. Like last night, there was 9 or 10 as well. When I came in from the Nick last night, I had a lot of viewers on here last night, and that was good. So, I enjoy it having a lot of viewers. Pardon?
You can't blow it up, just.
Yeah, but it was an allegation, and the police saw right through it anyway. The police aren't that bad, really. I mean, even though I was no commenting when he asked me the question, did you visit a Tesco's page and threaten to pull out Tesco? I went, what? No comment. Yeah, he saw the look on my face. I mean, there's no video in there in that interviewing room, unfortunately. But if they'd seen the video of that, I mean,
comment to that.
I no commented the whole thing, and I got.
Did you stab this gentleman over here? No comment.
Valentina's from South London. Oh right, that's good, Valentina. I did used to visit South London. I used to visit Brixton every week at one stage in the early 2000s. I used to go to a night called Platform, and Platform was every Saturday night, and I was in Brixton, and I don't know what part of South London you're from, but the guys that ran Platform, they were from South London. I think it was I can't remember. I can't remember the names of the places. But South London gang. Right. So South Life Television might be from South London as well. I mean, right.
South Live Television.
Johnny, how do I set up one of these live streams?
Pardon?
How do I set up one of these live streams?
All right. All you have to do is go up to the camera symbol on your. You know the camera. Have you ever uploaded a video?
I'm on a phone.
No, I don't know about on phone. I know how to do it on a computer. But on a computer, there's like a camera sign.
How did I do it on a PlayStation 2?
There's like a camera sign, and you go to the camera sign, and you either upload a video or you go live. And that's it.
You just go live every day?
I just go live every day, yeah.
Are you going to do any meet and greets or anything like that?
Pardon?
Are you going to do any meet and greets?
Oh, if people want to meet me, they got to meet me in Costa Coffee. I've said this already. If anyone wants to meet me, anyone around the whole world can come and meet me. There's a hotel up the road. If someone wants to stay in the hotel and meet me, they can.
I'll bring the 10 bottles of bleach.
Oh, you probably need that anyway, and that's true. But you won't want to have a tea or coffee or have any food from here. I mean, it's not hygienic in here. I mean, Johnny, how are you? I hope you're self-isolating. Oh, I am self-isolating. I always am anyway. I mean, that's my lifestyle anyway. I mean,
East Life Willy Vision said my knee grows on trees.
That cough doesn't sound healthy. That's definitely coronavirus.
Yeah.
Have you been into contact with anybody with coronavirus?
What?
Bing, bing, bing.
I'll come to your meet and greet when the virus dies down. Okay, Valentina. South East Television, South East London in full effect. Oh, right, brilliant. South East. I love South East London. It's lovely.
What sort of?
I've been there once or twice, and I know East London's better than West London anyway.
Yes.
Did you know Harrison, right?
So I was just practicing on YouTube then. Someone just said that South East London in full effect. And what I would say is that East London is better than West London. West London goes to sleep every night. But East London is awake all night, every night. East London's alive. I mean, West London is asleep. It is asleep. I probably live in the borough with the weirdest bullheads in the whole fucking world anyway. And that's why I don't fit in this borough. I mean, maybe Gareth Thomas and the bullheads will keep fucking supporting each other, but East side versus West side. Well, we don't want to start a war, East side versus West side. But what I would say is that the East side have got like the bagel shop. They got so many things that are 24 hours that are really good quality. I mean, Biggie versus Tupac. I mean, I'd have to go Biggie, mate, I think, because I prefer Biggie, but I just prefer Biggie's raps and his music. Tupac was Tupac was more experimental. Tupac was more like me. I'm not like Biggie at all, but Tupac used to. Some of my music, it doesn't cut it, and Tupac's music was good, but I mean, Tupac made all his own music, and that was a really good thing about Tupac. Tupac was actually a very talented man, but I just like some of Biggie's songs a bit more. That's all.
Dark stance.
Goddamn post monkey.
Who is Tupac? Well, Tupac was a rapper, wasn't he? I mean, you must know
His
that.
life will vision
Bob
said
Johnny
Dr.
Banking.
KVSCZP.
Yo, Johnny,
Yes.
do you take any other drugs except from weed, man?
Well, I don't call weed a drug anyway. We call it a herb in Rastafarianism, but I have taken drugs. I've taken about 2 weeks ago. I did speed. I do speed sometimes. That's the only drug that I do now is speed, really. I have done other drugs as well, but I've done MDMA, I've done LSD, I've done crack, I've done heroin, I've done
heroin?
Yeah, I've done heroin.
Ah, man.
Yeah, it's not really. If you just smoke heroin once, you're all right. It's only if you smoke it more than 4 days in a row. If you smoke it more than 4 days in a row, you become an addict. But if you smoke it just for 1 day,
Do 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3 days sorted.
if you smoke it 1 day, you can get away with it. You're all right. And that's what I do. I don't smoke it regularly. It's only if someone comes round here and they got heroin, sometimes they offer me a bit. And well, if it's once or twice a year, then what? I mean, once or twice a year, a little bit of heroin is not going to harm you. Heroin's actually less harmful than sugar. Pure heroin. That's not probably pure heroin what we're smoking, but pure heroin is less harmful than sugar.
You're telling me heroin is less harmful than sugar?
Pure heroin is, yes, it is. Doesn't have any negative effects on the body whatsoever.
Did he say sugar?
Heroin
Yeah.
doesn't have any negative
Look it up
effects.
online and you'll see. Look it up online and you'll find out that it's. I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll see the same quote as what I just said. That heroin is less harmful than sugar. Pure heroin is less harmful than sugar. It actually has no negative effect on the body at all. It's
The thing is, but
it's less harmful than weed actually, because weed fucks your lungs up a bit, but heroin it doesn't do that. I mean, it's a very clean smoke. It's very clean.
it's clean.
It is clean, yeah.
It's clean.
It's very clean,
You're
yeah.
telling me the heroin that you're smoking is clean, mate? That heroin has been fucking stomped on about 5 times the time. It's
No, you know what I'm saying. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying about the smoking, how you smoke it. So if you smoke crack,
you're probably
if you smoke
smoking
crack,
a
crack is bad for you. Crack is bad for you because crack is a drug, but heroin is a more natural. It's what we've had. I mean, emperors have even been on it. Like there was an emperor called Jahangir. There was an emperor called Jahangir.
Drug, it's a lifestyle.
That used to be on heroin, and he was on opium actually. And that's what it was back in the day. It's called opium. And
Have you ever smoked spice?
no, I've never smoked spice. I've never done that.
Have you ever been given spice, but not knowingly?
I don't think so because there was a time that I think I did see what spice looked like, and spice looks a bit like weed, I think, but it looked.
Okay, boys, let's get the bath salt. So let's go.
No, there used to be this place that I used to go to get weed, and I think they used to sell spice at the same time. But you could get anything from there. You used to get LSD, MDMA, or I used to get I think I used to get MDMA from there. Yeah, from my friends. I never took it myself, but
Pass me the bleach bottle, man.
they used to have everything in this place that we used to go to, and it was like a little shop that had all drugs in it.
Legal highs. That is spice and shit.
They did sell spice there. I think they did, yeah. And
legal high shops.
it wasn't. That's not legal. These are illegal, and it was actually a shop. I mean, I suppose I might as well mention it now because the police shut it down anyway. It was actually a shop. It was a shop that was selling all this stuff, and it was in South Harrow as well. In South Harrow, there was a shop selling weed, spice, MDMA, LSD, speed,
Sounds
anything,
legal,
crack,
buddy.
heroin, the whole fucking lot. They were selling everything from a shop in South Harrow. Can you believe that? And we used to go in there and buy it.
Were you the number one customer?
Someone told me that the weed I shouldn't smoke because they use spice to grow the weed or something, and someone told me that, and I stopped buying weed from there. But that's what someone told me. They use spice to grow their weed, and what some people do is, as the weed's growing, they spray spice onto it or something. I don't know how you can spray spice onto a weed plant, really, but this is what they were saying anyway.
Sounds good, man.
So I might have smoked a bit of spice and weed together. I might have done.
Most likely. How much do you pay for weed down there, man?
Let's see what's on the screen if I've missed anything. Goat Chicken, Southwest London, representing. Johnny, can you bait out a sket? I don't know what bait out a sket means. Sorry.
Proper black language.
Fucking backy.
I'm not racist.
Right, let's skip this track because this track is a song that I made with a Star Wars sample. It's all right, but it's not an amazing track, and we wanted better music than that.
But you made it from Star Wars?
Yeah, sample from Star Wars, that last one. That last one was Star Wars samples, but it didn't sound that catchy. But it was Star Wars samples. And I made a whole album with Star Wars samples in about 2005 or 6 or something.
You never thought about doing any of them underground raves?
Pardon?
Never thought about doing any of them illegal raves, man? You're under the bridge. Yeah.
Local raves? I can't be bothered. I'm just too... I can't be bothered to go and do raves and go travelling, and I just can't be bothered. I'm trying to do this from home. I'm trying to work out how to do it from home, you know. And I think this is a good way of doing it, because we'll create a great community one day. It's only just started what we're doing. I mean, imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years' time. I mean, Southwest Television, pump up the jam, pump it up. Yeah.
You said they've only got 10 years left.
Yeah, I know, but to see where I'll be in 10 years' time, you know, I mean, this just start. I might be dead, but East Side would have done a lot in that time. I mean, in that time, we would have achieved a lot. I mean, there are people that do email me for Pathfinder now, and they're the clever people. And
then East Life will be finished, and there'll be nobody to run it because you'll be dead. So that's why I'm saying you need to get yourself into gear. Get yourself into action. Open up your curtains. Open up your curtains. Make your bed.
Right, I've got
get things ready.
I've got a message from iTotal Reaper.
I think they're trying to do constructive and give you criticism, man, to make this set look professional.
Oh, you're just getting
right now, it just looks a bit like a dungeon.
I don't know if iTotal Reaper's still there, but I did get a message from him, and that means that he sent me a piece of music, and I've got to sort that out. I've got to sort out some music. So when I did my email work, I mean, fucking hell, I hate doing email work.
If I donate some money, will you open the curtain? Just as like a request.
You can donate money if you want. All you got to do is email eastsideTelevision@gmail.com if you want.
Yes, but the request is a donation.
It's up to you, man. You can make requests, but you only make requests of my music.
No.
Why did the Scottish lad say Blackie? Valentina's asked me a question. I don't know if she's still there, but she says, why did the Scottish lad say Blackie? I don't know. But...
Why don't you want to open curtains?
Open the curtains, pure para.
Cat killer.
I could open up the curtains now because it's the night time. It's the night time, so I might open up the curtains so you can see.
In the darkness.
When's the last time you've seen the moon?
There we go. Don't look at the moon, turn into a fucking werewolf.
Turn into a werewolf, that feeling.
And really, you can't see anything with the curtains open. It just looks a bit untidy and looks bad, and that's why I don't like to do it.
Yeah,
but I've done it for you because that's what you wanted, and I've opened up the curtains now.
Things look good.
Can you do like a dual live stream?
Can I do what?
Can you bring people onto your live stream?
Can I bring people onto my live stream? I don't think I can actually, because YouTube doesn't have a facility to do that, and I can't do it through Discord. I'm live on YouTube, yeah. You're live on YouTube as well. You're live on YouTube as well.
You're live on YouTube.
How aren't you banned yet?
We're all live on this tube. Everyone on Discord is live on YouTube.
Television does not contain heroin.
This guy streams every day for like fucking, I don't know, months.
No, please. I'm just hopped in.
How have you found this Discord?
Harrison. You know Harrison, right? I think it's Harrison.
Who?
I don't fucking know. Someone sent me a link.
Who fuck's Harrison? He just sent me a link,
Gareth Thomas.
He didn't even know that. You didn't even know he's streaming. This is the East Life Television fucking YouTube channel, man.
Yeah, I'll send it in Discord. Discount.
Valentino, you guys
You're famous.
are on Discord. I want to join. All right, Valentino, what I'll do, I'll send you this link and just check whether the link works or not. If the link doesn't work, let me know. And if the link doesn't work, just let me know. But I think it's today's link. If it doesn't work, I'll have to get a new link and just try that.
Yeah, I sent this name in the Discord.
How tall am I? I'm about 5'9", 5'10". That's how tall I am. I think I'm 5'10" actually, because I'm slightly taller than my dad, and he's 5'9". So I'm 5'10", I think.
How do you buy weed, bro? Do you just go looking for your dealer?
I got to do.
Do you just meet your dealer in the street when you buy weed?
Now, I'm not going to talk about that on here, but I don't go on the street. I'm not going to say what happens because there's a camera outside my flat, and if I say what happens, then they're going to know exactly what happens, and that's what I'm not going to say. But I don't go out on the street. No, I don't. So you can probably tell that I don't go out on the street, and they know that I don't go out on the street.
In case the police kick your door in, in case they see you buying your bit of...
Well, the police know that I get weed anyway, and the police see it as a big joke. They're not bothered. The police let me smoke weed in this country, I'm telling you. The police are not bothered. Pardon?
You known to the police?
I am known to the police very well, yeah. I've been known to the police since I was a little child. I mean, they've always been keeping an eye on me. And
what did they do to you, Jesus?
I got nicked the first time when I was 17 years old. I mean, you know, they've known me my whole life.
What did you get nicked for?
But when I was 17 years old, I didn't even do any fucking crime at all. This is why it's the weirdest thing. Every time I get nicked, apart from a couple of times I have had weed and stuff, but this time it was for joyriding, and it wasn't even joyriding. It was my friend's car. My friend had just bought it. My friend had just bought a car, and they thought we nicked it, and they arrested us for it, and then I had to walk home from Wembley Police Station all the way back to Harrow Weald and go to work the next day, and I did it as well. Fucking crazy, but they arrested me for joyriding.
Am I being detained?
I wasn't even in the car, to be honest with you, and they still nicked me for it. And I think the police are a bit racist and stuff. Well, they were back then anyway, because they probably wouldn't have treated. This is what someone said to me once, and it never really occurred to me. They said the way that the police treat you, it sounds like they're racist towards you, and I think they might be really. Yeah, I think
they're racist.
I think in the old days that they were a bit racist. They just looked at me and thought I was a criminal, and I think they just thought I was going to turn into a criminal, but now they've worked out that Johnny's not a criminal. And now they worked it out, and now they quite like me, I think.
Wait, what did they used to think you were?
I think they did used because of the people I used to hang around with as well. I mean, I did used to hang around with some bad people. I mean, we were all banned from certain pubs and stuff. I mean, there was a pub in Willstone, I can't remember what it's called, but we were all banned from there. I mean,
Did you used to be in a gang?
I did used to be in a gang, yeah.
What was it called?
Didn't have a name. We were just a group of friends, really. That's all it was, really. But they used to fight. I mean, they loved to fight, and they used to fight other people in Willstone at the time. They would fight other people.
He knows kung fu, man.
But we didn't use knives back then. There was no knives. There was no knives or guns or any of that stuff. It was all just fisticuffs, and I never got involved in any of it. I was never around when any of it kicked off.
The way it should be, bro.
Yeah, I was never there. I mean, I don't know if I kept them under control or what it was, but
Were you like the boss?
in a way I sort of was, because I used to come up with ideas for them. I used to say, if we do this, we can get, I mean, I don't know, I never saw myself as the boss, but I think, I thought that another guy was the boss of the game. But in a way, maybe I was, because maybe I just kept people calm. And what's a boss? Is the boss the one that gets you in a fight, or is the boss the one that keeps it calm and keeps it fun and keeps it joking? And I would always be joking around, and that's just the way.
Can you fight?
Can I fight? I can now, but I couldn't then. No, not then. No, I would never. And I don't fight now, but I can do it. I mean, but I don't do it now. No. Now I'm an old man now, but I can still defend myself if I need to, and I'll just get a surge of energy. It'll just come from there.
Wing Chun Kung Fu.
That's what I do. Wing Chun Kung Fu. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. And
Wait, you do Kung Fu?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
But can you do a snap kick?
I don't do kicks. I only defend with my hands. Really. I don't do kicks at all.
Show me a defensive punch.
I'm not gonna show you any defensive moves here now, because I need an opponent to really show you my style, and that's something that we're gonna have to do one day, maybe down the park. Now I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do in the summer when Rodney comes and visits me. Me and Rodney will go into the alleyway, and we'll need someone else as well. I'll get Junior or Martin or someone else. They can film on their mobile phone. They can film on their mobile phone, me and Rodney having a fight. And Rodney, well, let's see how good Rodney is this time, because in the past he's always failed. But let's see if he can beat the master this time. And
well, show us like
you're gonna kill him, bro.
all I can do is just show you a bit of defense, and that's my defense stance. That's my defense stance.
Hey, look at that pose, man.
And my defense stance can go off into whatever I want to. That's my defense. And I don't know if you noticed that was my right hand there. So I don't defend like a little pussy hole karate artist like this. I don't do karate. I do Wing Chun. You know what I mean?
You look like you had Parkinson's disease, man. That was great.
Well, I mean, I just showed you a few little moves there, and that's just showing you the speed. And obviously, pardon? How long does it take me to become a master? 15 years, mate. 15 years.
Hey, Johnny, bro, shut up.
And I'm not being funny. That is how you control the world. That is how you do it, because all these guys are out will be quicker than you, and you know, if you're a bit slow, you're going to get robbed. And that's how it is. If you're slow and you've got too much money, you get robbed. And if you're quick and you don't get robbed, then and that's what it's about. It's the speed of how you move, is how quick your mind works. And if someone's trying to con you, and you'll get conned if you're not quick enough. The quicker you are, the less likely you'll get conned. I mean, that's what it's about, being quick, and that's how you rise to the top. You got to be fast. You have to be so fast. I mean, That's why I'm sure that one day I'm going to get an abundance of money. I just know it's going to come. It's going to happen. Right?
Johnny,
Yeah.
any news on the Tesco situation, my guy?
Well, I haven't got a Tesco's here, so I have not. I don't know what's going on with Tesco's. I don't go into a Tesco's. I've got no idea.
What you banned after like threatening to explode it and shit?
Well, no, I don't go in supermarkets because supermarkets always think I'm a shoplifter. I don't go in supermarkets.
Yeah.
They always follow me around and think I'm a shoplifter, so I don't go in them.
Yeah, I get that problem. It's because sometimes, like, I go with a gun and say I'm gonna blow it up.
No, but with me, they just think because he's not shaved and because of this, that, the other, they look at me and they judge me to be a criminal. They always judge me to be a criminal. I don't know why. Meanwhile, while they're all following me around the shop, every single member of staff, there probably is someone shoplifting, but never mind.
He's only doing his job.
It's not just the security guard. They always do this announcement on the till, and I can tell what they're doing because I hear it every time I go in there. And it was in the Waitrose that they started. I noticed it first, and I don't go in Waitrose anymore because I don't see why I should give them extra money for their produce when I can go to South Arrow Food and Wine, get a much cheaper, better deal. And I only go to South Arrow Food and Wine now, and they never follow me around or make me feel uncomfortable. They know I'm not a thief. They know me. Waitrose don't get to know their customers. Well, you don't get to know your customers and you start following them around and making them feel uncomfortable and start... then once the security guard challenged me, and I thought, what the fuck is this about? All I did was walk to the back of the shop and get a beer. And then we started walking towards the till, and then the security guard had a go at me.
He probably, because Johnny, you know,
And that's the last time I went in there. That's the last time I went in there.
He was trying to ID you probably. He wasn't thinking.
I was a grown man, and if they want to ID me, they can anyway. He actually thought I was trying to steal. He thought I was going to steal. That's what he thought. I was going to steal that beer. That's what he thought.
You dropped it.
Yeah, he did from Lai Yong Sheng Chinese shit on him, didn't it, Johnny? Bruv. So fast shit, man.
But I'm going to have to get ready to take my medication soon because it's nearly getting ready for bedtime.
It's only 9:30.
True. Oh, I'll stay up a bit. I don't feel like I need my medication anyway, so I'll take it a bit later. All right, I'll take it a bit later.
Yes.
All right.
Fuck yes.
Oh, Gareth Thomas is in there now. That's interesting.
I'm fucking Gareth Thomas.
I wonder if that's the real Gareth Thomas. I don't know.
I am the real Gareth Thomas, man.
Oh, you called yourself Gareth Thomas? Oh, right. You're not the real Gareth Thomas. He doesn't sound like that. I've heard Gareth Thomas before in Parliament, and he doesn't sound like that.
Henry texted you yesterday. Did you see the text? On Discord. He messaged you, or his brother messaged you.
Henry, there was a guy called Henry on here yesterday, yeah, and what we got to do...
Yeah, his brother messaged you on Discord.
Yeah, and what I want to say is if Henry comes on, we've got to be very polite to him because it's not fair. I mean, really, we should be nice to everyone anyway. We shouldn't really be nasty to anyone.
Yeah,
but
of course. I'm friends with Henry. I know him. So
oh, you know Henry? You know him,
yeah,
do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Give me 1 second.
So what do you think about like white power and stuff?
About what? White powder?
Powder.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that. Let me just stop the music. Hang on a minute.
White power.
Say that again, sorry. You can ask your question again because I just muted the music so that we can hear what you're saying.
Well, sorry, just joking on a wee bit of whack, don't I?
Professor Johnny Banking said, what do you think about Nick Goss?
Nick Gokush.
Yeah, I'm gonna freestyle on the beat. Yeah, you're gonna have your feet. What?
This is spreading.
Johnny, do you think you can punch a hole straight through a wall? Well, when I punch a wall, I can dent it. That's what I know for a fact. I've done that before.
Johnny, you ever took crack?
Yeah, I have taken crack, yes.
What's it like?
It's fucking amazing. I love it. Rodney from Horses. He's called Rodney because he's my little brother and I'm Del Boy. I mean, I consider myself to be like Del Boy, and I consider him to be my little brother. He's the only one that listens to me really in the town, and he's got the same dictionary as me. He's got the books. He makes an effort. He hasn't eaten the orange, but he's still my little brother, and that's why I call him Rodney. And Johnny, please stop. You're scaring my kids with that violence. What violence? Your kids? They shouldn't even be watching this. Over 18 anyway. Music Producer 25. Johnny, I sent you an email. All right, thank you very much, Music Producer 25. I don't know if you're still there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And anyone that emails me, I'll email you back Pathfinder as well. And this is a great track. This is actually the first track I ever produced in a studio. This was BioWire Studio, and he was just demonstrating to me how to make a track. And I chose the beats and I chose the stuff, and this is the first track I ever produced with a sampler. This is the first track. Check it out.
Whoa.
That's it,
This was done in the 1990s. I can't remember what year, but it was done in the 1990s. This.
Jamie, I think I found Batman, by the way. He wears eyeshadow, doesn't he?
Where is it? Where is it?
He's fucking right there, man.
Well, I don't see him. In the plain sight. Will Johnny leave?
Pardon?
Oh no, you're still.
No, it's so yeah.
So would you be interested in a meet? Hello? Would you be interested in a meet-up?
Who's that, me? I'll meet anyone. You just got to meet me at Costa Coffee in South Harrow. That's it, really. Or if the brioche is open, you can meet me in the brioche. It's a bit cheaper in the brioche, but I mean, or that's it, really.
Well, would you not want to smoke a joint?
Yeah, but first of all, we've got to check whether we can get on and whether.
Nah.
No.
First of all, we need to check if you've got corona, sonny, but
fuck I can fucking do it.
Oh yeah, at the moment we can't meet up anyway. Actually, at the moment there's a ban on anyone. I'm not going to Costa Coffee or the brioche, so we can't meet up at the moment anyway until coronavirus is over. I'm afraid, and that's the truth of it.
Let's just go to the crack then.
CG says, well, go on. Oh, go on, CG. CG's in my WhatsApp as well, so I remember that. I remember CG. He's in my WhatsApp. And if you get my WhatsApp, that's more of a family community.
What's your number? Put your number on.
You can get on Discord if you want, CG. I don't know if you're on Discord already, but we'll get the link. And let's just see this. Oh, yeah, we've got dance music, free tracks. Can you send me some tracks? Oh, right, he's put free tracks. Right, okay, I'll send him the free tracks then.
Fuck's sake, Johnny!
Right, maybe I'll do some email. Right. He's put free tracks, so can you send me tracks? I really appreciate it, sir. Right, I'm just going to do a reply to this email. I'm going to do a little bit of email work.
I'll explain to him about the situation that happened yesterday. Basically, boys, Johnny was in the police station because someone accused him of phoning Tesco's and saying he's going to blow the place up.
He told us earlier he was still going to blow Tesco.
But I think I'm being set up because I'm like, it's like, you know, Smiley Culture. I don't know if you know the story about Smiley Culture, but Smiley Culture was a reggae artist who apparently stabbed himself to death. I mean, I think I'm being fitted up here, you know. I mean, I think I'm becoming famous or something. I don't know. Can someone tell me, am I becoming famous or what? I mean, what's going on? I mean,
Johnny, I was laying in bed last night and I thought I'd have a nickname for you. You know, since the Tesco's situation happened,
yeah.
I'll call you Jihadi Johnny from now.
That is an old name. That's going back in history. People were calling me that at the time. I mean, that's an old name of mine. Yeah, I was called Jihadi John.
People call you Jihadi Johnny like that.
They did. They used to call you Jihadi John. They did. Yeah. They're like a bunch of jokers. They all are.
This is the first time like you've been like threatening to blow shit up. This is brilliant. I like this.
It's a weekly one.
It's Jonathan from Ross. Like you
Because I've got a lot of Muslim friends as well, and I don't know if it was them that were calling me Jihadi John, but all my Muslim friends are all Somalian. I mean, or they're Arab or something. But most of them are Somalian. All the Somalians that I know are all Muslims.
What? Do you know how many pirates?
Except for one. There's one that's a Christian, but the rest of them are all Muslim.
Do you speak Somali?
I can't speak any Somalian, no.
Oh, I can. Then. Oh, no. Fuck. Yeah. The village got his gun.
What are you talking about? Why are you running?
Why are you running?
What do you want to do? You want to put in your credit card details?
Johnny, put some of your music on, mate.
This is my music. This is my
This is
music.
your music.
This is mine, yeah.
Rotted. Dill, he don't even care. Yeah, he blows a till up. What?
Like fucking MC Burberry.
Yeah. MC Burberry. With a bottle Lamborghini.
That's funny.
I'm banging actually.
I'm just emailing someone. Dance music.
Is Shady 8 said jihad hadi Johnny boom bang.
Right, that's done. Right, let's send it then.
Yeah.
No.
Joe Rastafari for Johnny Ringo.
Yo.
This shit's mad.
You up the cut yet, Johnny? Hey, come through.
Is Shady 8 said tip twister Mr. Blister dead a twister on daddy's fist.
Well, I've done a bit of email work, so.
Magister on tester sister.
2 billion Muslims are your friend, Rasta. Yeah, I think that the Muslims really do respect the Rastas anyway, because I mean, Muslims and Rastas, we all sort of know each other. I mean, it's a bit weird, but even Christians as well. I mean, we do know Christians as well. And I know that church up the road, there's a guy that hands leaflets out there, and I chat to him as well. So I mean, we all get on side by side around in Harrow. I mean, I don't know about anywhere else, but here, I mean, the Christians are trying to convert me into that, and the Muslims are always trying to convert me. They're always trying to read me passages out of the Quran and stuff, trying to convert me or buy me Qurans, and they're always trying to convert me. And I mean, I've got lots of friends that are Muslims, and the Muslims that I know, they're not terrorists, and they always say that the stuff that they say in the news is not really Islam at all. And I sort of see that these guys are just the same as me. I mean,
what do you think of terrorists, Johnny?
what do I think of terrorists? I just think a terrorist is someone that is not emancipated. They're not emancipated. They are blaming an authority that's external to them.
Johnny's gonna blow up Tesco.
I mean, if they're blaming another country or their country or whoever it is, that if they believe that terrorism is the way to solve a dispute, there's got to be something wrong with them. They're not emancipated, because if they were emancipated, then they'd see no need for it.
There's something wrong with you then, because you try to block Tesco.
I never tried to block Tesco. I've said that enough times.
Are you a suicide bomber that works from home?
Johnny, obviously you have got some Muslim friends. Does that not make you a Muslim?
Well, look at the beard, man. That's a Muslim beard right there.
I've got lots of Muslim friends, but Rastafarians have beards as well. I mean, I'm actually a Rastafarian. I'm not a Muslim. And there's loads of Rastafarians with beards. I mean, Rastafarians aren't supposed to shave. I mean, they're not supposed to, and they don't.
Smoking another one, bro.
I know, he's
Johnny,
just
I've got a really, really serious question.
It's like a training.
Are you white or black? Because
East Life Willivision said keep the Tesco delivery man hostage.
No, like seriously, like are you white or fucking half caste or something?
Sorry, what God do you believe
Right, let's skip this track on this track. Shit, we listened to that for ages, that track. It's funny, sometimes these tracks, I have to skip them on. It sounds quiet.
We need to
It's
skip white.
88
Let's
said
skip this one as
unexpected
well.
terrorist in bagging area.
Skip that on as well.
Look,
Skip that on.
Unexpected terrorist.
This is it.
Wait, Johnny. Johnny.
Oi, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. You got to ask me a question on that.
Obviously not, bro.
Johnny, you got to get to your thinking.
Johnny, what God do you believe
Hello. Somebody stop.
Hello.
Johnny, give us a freestyle, man.
I can't give you a freestyle now. I'm not in the mood. In the old days, a spliff would do it, but now I need speed. As you get older, you need more and more things to stimulate yourself to. I mean, if I get on speed, then I'll get on the mic. And
East Life Willivision said why is my ex-son
I
flying
can
with gunpowder?
freestyle.
I can't get speed right now, so it's just one of them things. I'm sorry.
There you go. Johnny, don't look at me.
Johnny, just get up your fucking mom.
Oi, Johnny, what God do you believe in, mate?
Johnny.
Well, I mean, I don't believe in a God, really. I suppose I do, but I don't know. I mean,
Don't they're being mean to me.
I don't think it
Shut
really
up,
matters.
you retard.
I think the question is, what God do you believe in? Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, because I mean, it's up to it's sort of like the name or whatever you call.
If you're a Rastafarian, you believe in Jah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, but what I didn't want to do was say a label, because that label Jah or the label God or the label Allah, does it really define? It doesn't really define what God is anyway. I mean, it's just a label. So that's why I didn't want to get bogged down into labels. But you're right. Yeah, it's Jah.
You didn't know that, liar.
It's just a label, isn't it? So, I mean, to us, Jah was Haile Selassie. He was the real that was what we consider to be God. I mean,
Honestly, I thought
the King or King's Emperor.
really too shady. What you say, Johnny? Johnny, your eyes are as brown as the peacock.
Oh, is that Henry? Hi, Henry. Everyone, this is what Henry's got to say. Henry's on now, and we've got to respect Henry and let Henry speak.
He's got Down syndrome.
I can't hear him. You see, I mean, I just saw his name up here, and sorry, Henry, go on if you want to speak.
It's okay, Johnny. Hello.
Don't worry, man. Whatever the others say, don't worry about it. Just ignore it, because me and you are pals, and that's what matters. And we're all pals on here anyway. But we're all friends on here, really. But it's just some people who are. Oh, come on, guys. This isn't very nice, man.
Want to know how I get the scar?
Right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Can basically, I've just made a Spotify because I produce some drum and bass.
All right.
Sideline. Is it okay if you check it out for me, please? I'll send you the link.
Yeah, what you need to do is just email me the links. If you email it to eastlivetelevision@gmail.com, just email me any links you want. Oh no, Spotify I can't do because I'm not a Spotify member. Sorry, I can't.
It'll take you to the page anyway. It doesn't matter if you remember.
Oh, is it really?
Johnny,
It's fucking free.
Don't worry, Henry. You can just say whatever you want whenever you want, Henry. You're part of the show, Henry. Don't worry.
I'll WhatsApp it to you.
Yeah, you can WhatsApp it to me if you want on 07917 008 654.
Discord, he'll get it on Discord. Good stuff.
Henry.
If you get it on Discord, I won't see it though because I don't check what's on Discord. But you can post it on Discord for the others as well if you want. But if you want to get it to me, it's got to be WhatsApp or email because I don't have time to check what's on Discord because I'm doing the show live and I don't go back over the stream and check it later or anything like that. And I can't listen to it live on the show. So
I have the Hoover called Henry. I like the Hoover.
Well, shut up, you retard. You should have been shot when you were born.
No, that's not nice.
My mum says sometimes.
It's true, though.
No, it's not. It's not at all because these people can still do jobs. I see them work, man. I see them
do
working.
the job of fucking licking the windows on a bus. He cleaned the windows.
No, what we might have to do is bring in. What I might do is use Henry as the judge of this and block and ban people that disrespect him, and use Henry as the guy.
He loves me taking a piss out of him.
There's no, that is just so wrong. And so you're so powerful. You think you're such a great person that you can rip into someone that's supposed to be slightly disabled or something. And that's supposed to be a great power. That's a great power that you've got, is it? And
Can we dress up Henry? And can he be like
Johnny,
a mascot?
Johnny, I've got Down syndrome. Why are you taking a piss out of me?
I'm very able, actually.
of course you are. I understand that, Henry. I realised that yesterday, and I'm impressed that you are intelligent. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I know that. I got another friend. I don't know what illness he's got, but he's got something, and he told me he had a disability. And sometimes he amazes me with his intelligence. I mean, I joked with him, and I said something about the NHS, and then his answer was so deep that I thought, fucking hell, man. They call this guy disabled.
Like my Corey.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Thank you, Johnny.
That's all right, Henry.
Johnny.
No worries, man.
Eating crack.
Do a dev.
Barbie, what you say, Barbie? Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
That's what it's about. We've got to support each other, and I'm happy with people just chilling out. And we do have to support each other, and that's what it's about.
Vocals and your lyrics and
I bet Henry can fucking spit better than you, John.
Maybe he can. Maybe he can. And if you that's your opinion, then you're entitled to it. I mean,
Ross is good at spitting.
Johnny, do you spit or swallow?
Well, I do spit, so I spit.
It makes my mouth runny.
I do swallow as well. I mean, I swallow my food every day. I mean, I spit and swallow. I don't spit as I mean, I spit into the toilet or out the window, but I mean, I swallow my food. I swallow my drink. I've got a drink here, which I'm going to drink now. All right, someone's got the Spotify thing up here. Right, and I hope you've emailed that to me or WhatsApp me. I don't know where my phone is with the
my
WhatsApp.
dog when he calls me Ginger.
That's because you're ginger.
I'm not ginger. I'm strawberry blonde.
Oh, right.
Henry, shut up with ginger and Down syndrome.
That's not nice.
Henry, you know I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, but some people don't know how to joke properly. I mean, it's like we're online, and sometimes when we're online, we don't see each other's face, and because we don't see each other's face, we don't. For some reason, we act a bit trollish, or that's what people would call it. And
My dad was on that film.
What film?
Goonies. Yeah, he was the Goonie. The Goon.
Nice.
He had the Superman shirt on.
The Superman shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Henry, can you lick your elbow? I can lick my nipple.
Finn, Greg.
Who just fell out of an aeroplane?
Greg.
That's all my make-a-wish.
Do the thing with your channel is so good. Yeah, do the thing with your speakers.
I think he might have corona.
Oh, they're dead, bro.
Oh.
Let me see if I can fix them.
Johnny, if you've got coronavirus, you'll probably die because your immune system's so weak from all the speed you've been doing.
yeah, I know that. I'm not bothered though, because if I die, I just die, and then that's it. It's all over. I can go to peace and paradise, and I can just relax for the rest of my life. And that'd be very nice. Just go to sleep and just not wake up again, or that'd be very pleasant.
Say he wants that.
Johnny, can I come to your funeral, bro?
Well, I mean, if you want to, but I wouldn't worry about it if I was you. I mean, there's no point really. Once when I'm dead, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit of a waste of a journey or a day, really, unless you really want to come. But
Life Fully Vision said in the Tumblr post, Johnny.
there was a jungle tune called The Burial. I don't know if The Burial is just one big massive party that I mean, a lot of people might get affected. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what fame I've established. I don't really know what I'm achieving or how many people have heard of me. Or I mean, about 1% of London. I mean, that's quite a lot, really. And that's growing all the time. Pardon?
It's 1 million people, 1% of London.
Sorry, it is something like I think it's something like 10,000 people is 1% of London, I think. And I've had about
a million.
I've had about 6. I don't know, but there's 8 million people in London, isn't there? So I worked out about 100,000.
No, there's 2 billion living in London.
2 billion living in London.
Yeah, mate.
Really?
Yeah, I'm Boris Johnson's assistant. I should know that.
That means that we've increased a lot of house capacity over since the last time I knew the figures. Because when I was a kid, it was about 8 million, and if there's 20 billion now,
yeah, but that was like in 1856. So.
When I was younger, Boris came to touch my head, and he said, "Good gingerbread." Oh wait, he said brick.
No, there is not 20 billion people living in England.
Sure you didn't get dropped on a
There's not 20 billion people living in London, because there's only 56 million people in England anyway. There can't be 20 billion people in London. No, you got that wrong. There's less than 60 million people in England. So there's about 8 million people in London. I'm right about it. and 100,000 people, and well, I'm about 10,000 people. It's getting close to. Anyway, the amount of viewers that I'm getting on my page, I don't know what sort of fame I'm establishing here. I don't know whether the Gareth Thomas coming. I don't know if that is real Gareth Thomas or what that goes on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's Gareth Thomas.
That is Gareth Thomas, yeah?
Yeah, the one that put you in prison.
Oh, man.
Is it about the Tesco there, guys?
Yeah, when he blew up Tesco.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you did that, Johnny. You're one crazy fuck.
I never done it. What do you think I'm black? Why do you think I'm at home today? Do you think? Well, I'm innocent, innit? That means that what you're doing is saying that I'm guilty because I went down a police cell, but I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
They would have arrested you, boys. You definitely blew up Tesco.
It was an allegation. They had no evidence.
No, you
No evidence, we did it.
They had no evidence. They even said that when they we've got no evidence.
You wore gloves, mate. That's why.
They said we got no evidence. We're arresting you. With no evidence. And I said, how can you arrest me with no evidence? You know what I mean? And then when I got to the station, the sergeant said, "What do you nick him for? We got no evidence." That's what the sergeant said.
What is this for?
Outside your house, Johnny. Shit, they come to arrest you.
Real humble like a bee.
There you go, John.
Get it
Drink that orange one.
Henry, what you have to realise is that these guys are a bunch of piss takers. So I'm really sorry, and I hope you don't get offended. And I hope you have to have a strong personality about you, and I believe you can do that. And I'm sure you're used to putting up with idiots anyway, and that's just the way it is.
Johnny, you've got some balls if you can go into Tesco and blow up the mildew oil. That's fucking
I hope you don't let your mates use that mic. You know, but that's dripping.
I went to the shop yesterday and they said I look like Stephen Hawkins about the chair.
Do you guys hear something? I hear something coming, boys.
At least someone's having fun. I mean, if these guys are having fun, then that's a good thing. I mean, if you guys are having fun, then as long as everyone's having fun, then I'm happy. And that's what it's good to hear you having fun. Let's see what's going on the YouTube screen. I haven't read this for a while.
Let's get down to the gritty
Johnny,
business.
stop, you're scaring my kids with the violence. That violence. What violence was that? Right, I sent you an email. I've emailed you back, actually, Music Producer 25. I don't know if you were there. Well, go on. 2 billion Muslims are your friend, Rasta. Yeah, they are my friend, actually. All the Muslims and around the whole world, and they all know each other, and that's why they're called the Brotherhood. And they've got a brotherhood, and the Rastafarians is just the same. And all the Rastafarians know all the Muslims, and
there's nothing wrong with Muslims.
they're not wrong with Muslims at all. No, nothing wrong with them. Everybody's looking for the ladder. Ladder? What ladder is that? I don't get what that means. That's amazing. Everybody's looking for the ladder. What I'm saying is that all the Muslims, I'm just describing how they work. They're a brotherhood. They all know each other. I mean,
every Muslim.
I do think they all do.
Muslims are terrorists.
Every single Muslim does. I do think they all know each other.
Do you say every single Muslim's a terrorist?
No, I didn't say every single Muslim is a terrorist. They're not.
Yeah, you did.
It's very rare. It's very rare for a Muslim to be a terrorist. I don't think they. According to my friends, there's no such thing as a Muslim terrorist. I mean,
you're a terrorist, aren't you, Johnny?
Rastafarian terrorist.
It's no such thing as a Rastafarian terrorist. There never will be.
Yeah, but you
The people that started terrorism was the Tamil Tigers. They're the ones that started it. Tamil Tigers were the first ones to do suicide bombing. They were the first ones.
Alan Snack Bar.
That's what Johnny shouted when he blew up Tesco.
That sounds like my dentist.
You remember doing voice calling suicide?
Johnny, shut up.
You alright, Johnny?
Bastard. Have a drink of water, Johnny. Fucking hell, man.
Fuck off.
No, mate. Johnny, I really want to suck your cock.
Well, if Discord does actually stay on this sort of level, I might have to switch it off one day, because this level that you're performing at, if it really stays like this, it's going to have to go off, because I can't be bothered. I think I'm going to switch it off now, because I'm sorry, Henry. Henry, if you want to chat to me on WhatsApp, you can WhatsApp me, Henry, all right? But I can't be bothered with
Johnny,
all this.
mate, go on, don't be a wet cunt.
I think Discord is a waste of time. Like Gareth Thomas said, I think it is, because you guys just piss about. I ain't got time for that. I'm going to switch it off. And
Johnny, we're joking.
We're joking, Johnny.
Yeah, but what's the fucking point? It's a waste of time. YouTube is better.
Is shady 8 said negative squared capital letter A 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 negative squared cap.
From now on, we're just on YouTube. Right, Gareth Thomas, we meet again, Mr. Johnny. Right, Gareth Thomas, I have got rid of Discord because these guys were just being silly. Absolutely silly, and I've got no time for it. And it is time consuming. It's hard work, but now I've got to uninstall the app because it's still talking even when you switch it off. And I need to get rid of it. That's where is it? Discord. It's just stupid, man. These guys are so immature. They're not ready to get on the airwaves. I mean, I don't know if that's the real Gareth Thomas, but it's so difficult. I mean, I don't know who I'm talking to all the time. I don't know who I'm talking to. Where's this fucking thing on? I still wouldn't mind getting the news on here. Discord, here it is. I mean, Gareth Thomas, I don't know what your motive is, but I can't find your I can't email you at the moment. I've been private messaging you. I get worried that you're going to block me on that, and I just get worried. I mean, and if you do that, I mean, you're not keeping in contact with your constituents. And if you block the email or don't check whether the email works or whatever, I'm emailing you exactly the same address, the address you told me, and it's not working. I mean, I'm uninstalling Discord now. Right, Discord's gone. Fuck Discord. I mean, they're going to behave like that. Right, let's see what he says. You cannot close a Discord. It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. You can only delete the app, but Discord won't close down. Would you like to arrange a meeting? I don't mind, Gareth. It's up to you. I mean, All I'd like to do is just show you my community book, my hospital book. I've got 2 hospital books I've written with policy change, with procedures. I've written a whole load of procedures. I'm a great manager in home base. That's what I did. I made up my own procedures. I mean, I used to make up procedures for the trolleys in the warehouse. I made up a little form because in the warehouse I never knew whether it was a new line or an over or whether it was a stock to go out. And so what I did was I made a little form that we ticked a box. We just ticked a box and attached it to the trolley. And that's just a little idea I did. And then there was another idea I did there. When I first got there, they told me that I had to get a lorry to turn around in the yard. And I'll send you my contact details soon. Stay tuned. All right. So one of the things they said was that you got to turn the lorry around in the yard. And I said, for about 2 or 3 weeks or a month, I had to keep wheeling these pallets out of the fucking way to get these lorries to turn around. And the manager insisted that the lorries turn around. And eventually I said, fuck this, why don't we just put a yellow line down there? So this is what I'm saying. I get ideas and policies, and that's what I'm a great thinker. And no one at Social Services has ever studied my books properly. And I've been trying to show them since 2017. These books have been written since 2017. And no one's ever looked at them. I've tried to show my social worker. Excuse my French, I'm not a racist, but like how Chris Rock says it, that niggers are afraid of books, you know? They're like niggers, and that's what they're like. I mean, excuse my French, I don't like to, I'm not using the word in a racist way, but I mean, also it might be a good idea to join back on your Discord so you, sir, can stay in contact with your constituents. Gareth, I think we can do it on YouTube. Discord, it wasn't right, Gareth. There was a guy called Henry on there. He was a Down syndrome. I mean, people can WhatsApp me if they want. I can take a WhatsApp call. If they want to WhatsApp me, they're welcome. Sorry, everyone's being mean to Henry, and I can't deal with it. Yeah, I know they were, and that was one of the reasons why I turned it off, because what I realised was that this is supposed to be a professional show, and I can't. This is a YouTube show that I'm doing, and if I put the Discord on, I expect to have a decent philosophy or sort of like what Parliament do, a sort of dialogue or something to take us forward. Or I don't expect people to just take the piss out of people all day long. And I thought I might try it for longer, but then I thought, no, there's no real point. It just isn't. Let me see if I can turn this up now. Yeah, I've got the app on my mobile phone anyway, so if I want to use Discord, I still can. I can use it on my mobile phone, and if I feel like I want to chat in a group with them, I can. But for now, it's going to stay off. I mean, I can always plug my phone into the computer as well. Let's have a look at the BBC and see if there's anything on here. We'll just refresh the page. Jeremy Corbyn, what's this? Tell them to stop, please. Please come back. We are sorry. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. What I've decided is I'm not going to help you set up your hip hop station. That's the punishment that I'm going to give you for getting me nicked for no fucking reason whatsoever. When there's a fucking good reason why I wrote that email. And if you can't fucking understand that, you've got no empathy. You've got no empathy. That's why I don't support Gareth Thomas in the next general election. I won't support you because you've got no empathy. You've got no empathy. You've got no empathy. You can't be an MP. I mean, how can you be an MP if you've got no empathy? I mean, I don't know about Jeremy Corbyn. I don't want to comment, but for Gareth Thomas, I realise if you can't understand the culmination of events from 2017 till 2020, if you can't understand why I got pissed off, then, or if you can't write back to me and say what's going on here, or maybe you should visit your doctor or something. I mean, or why don't you go to A&E? That's what you should have said. I mean, That's what you should do. If you want to murder someone, you go to A&E, and that's what you do. I mean, you don't call the police. I mean, Johnny, what's your WhatsApp? All right, it's 07917. I'll say it slowly. 07917 008 654. You have to message me first, and it's how you message me determines whether you get into contacts or not. If you get into contacts, then I can receive your call when my phone's on ring or on silent. But I only receive calls from my contacts because I don't take calls if they're not in my contacts. I just tried to call you and it didn't come through, mate. Yeah, that's right. So I've just said to you because I get so many stupid calls that I have to. I can only receive calls from my contacts. So what you have to do is send me. Oh right, you sent me a link. That's beautiful. If you send me a link to WhatsApp, then I can check it out to my music or your music. Oh right, that's great. I'll check it out in a bit. I'll check it out, and then that's a good sort of link. And then I can, if you give me your name in a message as well, then I can store your name in my contacts. If I store you in my contacts, can you preview it on the stream? Well, I'll check it first, and if I can put it on the stream, yeah, I can. So I can plug this plug into my mobile phone. So there's no problem, Jeremy Corbyn. No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But if you want to get on the playlist, if you want to get your music on the playlist, what you should do is give me the MP3 because then I can put it in this computer here. Stream, I can just do it once and then that's it. But if you give me an MP3, I can put it in the playlist, in this playlist, and it will get played more regularly. I mean, those guys, if they want to chat, what's they say? I must say, I love a bit of jungle. Do you like Congo Natty? I do like Congo Natty. We used to collect their records back in '93, in the 1990s. I mean, Congo Natty. We used to buy them at Camden Records. I think Camden Records were not Camden Records. Sorry, Camden Market. That's where we used to buy Congo Natty records, and yeah. I mean. Music Producer 25. Johnny, did you listen to the MP3 I sent you? I didn't. You didn't send me an MP3. I didn't think. I didn't see an MP3 there. I've got to be honest with you, Music Producer. I didn't see it. All I saw was free music, and that's why I emailed you a load of free music because I thought you wanted free music. Gareth Thomas says Rebel MC. Yeah, Rebel MC is bad. Yeah, he's very good. I'll send it again. Yeah, please do send it. Yeah. It is much better like this on YouTube. I mean, I do like Discord. I do like talking to the people, but it is a better system. But like most things, these people, all these laughers and jokers, they're all the carnal-minded idiots that, well, I do know I need to change them, but I don't think that's the right way to do it. I mean, it's just not. I'm going to have to do it like this by reading on the screen. It's a bit annoying, but it is more civilized to talk like that on Discord. I could ban people, I suppose, and but what's the point in doing that? I mean, then you're not really dealing with your constituents. I mean, maybe I could do Discord hour or so, or do it sometimes, but I don't think there's any point really. It's like a telephone. I mean, at one stage I was receiving telephone calls live on air, but people are just so silly. I mean, it's like what it is. And I suppose you could do Discord during Pathfinder. I don't think so, Reese. I believe it. It just doesn't. I mean, you're all right on there, but some people just. If you leave it open to the public, I mean, I'm trying to do a professional show here, really. I mean, the way I present, I mean, I'm not like them. I don't take the piss out of people. I don't. You know, I've got to have a quality control. I mean, it was a new idea. It was worth trying. It was Esh's idea, but I mean, Esh's a bit of a prat anyway. Sometimes, I mean, he is quite clever, but he can still act like a bit of a prat. I mean, Johnny Banking, Johnny, I can set the Discord up in a way so you wouldn't have to ban people, but you can organise it differently. Let's leave the Discord out of it. I'm fed up with it. It's another computer. It's annoying. It is a nuisance. Now I can take this back into the office if I want, and I can watch the news wherever I want. It frees me up getting rid of Discord. I mean, it's better. It is better like this. I keep it all on YouTube as well, and I know who's there. And there's 10 listeners at the moment, and that's I know with Discord you don't know how many people you got, because with the Discord you don't know who's in the room, who's listening, who's doing what. It makes it so complicated. I mean, thank you very much, Emancipation. I mean, say I'm a top geezer. I mean, that's what it's nice to hear these things, but I didn't turn Discord off because they were taking the piss out of me. That's not the reason. But I just don't think that you're gonna advance your life in that way. And I just didn't see that Discord was gonna advance us. That's what I saw. And what am I about? I'm about taking mankind to the next level. If I want to take mankind to the next level, listen to them. Just listening. I didn't get a chance to speak. So as I didn't get a chance to speak, and I'm just listening to them taking the piss. What's the point in that? It's a waste of time. Just a waste of time. It's not productive. Johnny McGovern, Johnny, I'm going to sleep soon. I would really appreciate if you check it out for me. I will, definitely will check it. But my phone's in there at the moment. Hey, Gareth Thomas, you're a pagan. I don't think we should. There is freedom of speech, but really we shouldn't sit in judgment, because if we sit in judgment, we'll be judged back the same measure. So if you mean pagan as in a pagan, that's not how you spell it anyway. I don't know what a pagan is, but maybe you're bigging him up. I don't know, really. I mean, but we shouldn't really sit in judgment, if that's the truth, really. Gareth Thomas is a nice person. I think he probably is. He's just a bit Babylon. He's a bit programmed, a bit Batman, a bit Batman Robin, like the police, you know? I mean, it's like what my dad's like a bit, and my uncle, and that generation can be a bit like that. I mean, they respect authority or something, or think authority is what they need, and they ain't had a clue. They never live without any money, and if you live without money, who looks after you? You know, is it who is? I mean, I'll tell you what, a prostitute will be the first person that will look after you. That they're great, loving people. They'll cook your beans on toast or something like that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it your MP? Is it social services? No, it's not. It's a prostitute that will look after you. That's a fact of it. You might have to give her 10 quid in the end, but I'm not saying for sex, but even cooked beans on toast, you might give her a tenner for a rock or something, or for a bag of heroin. Henry's. Oh, is that Henry? Hello. Oh, you're typing. Oh, good. Is that Henry? Is that the same Henry? You can say yes or no. That's all right. Batman's a pedo and Spider-Man is cool. My brother is for me. Right. I'm sorry that we had to turn Discord off, Henry, but we had to. I mean, it was just getting ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, on here we can stick up for each other better, or people can't type so stupidity, or £10 for beans on toast is an extraordinary price, if you ask me. Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, if you had enough money, That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about now. I wouldn't do that now, but back in the day, if I did want beans on toast, I could call it a prostitute, give her a tenner, and she'd do it for me. Or she'd do it. You can pay a prostitute to study. I've done it before. I used to do this. I used to pay a prostitute 20 quid to study, and she used to read my book, which Pathfinder comes from, which Gareth Thomas has got all the knowledge. I don't know whether he really pays attention to it or not, but I mean, all that knowledge, she read it, and she said that I feel like you wrote this for me. That's what she said. And please come on Discord. I miss you. Well, we'll do Discord sessions, Henry, but I can't do it now. It's just not right. I don't think I can really, Henry. I'm really sorry. But you can call me on WhatsApp. You're welcome to call me on WhatsApp. I'll give you the number. It's 07. Well, what you have to message me first. Message me Henry Saunders. Message me them words. And then I can add you in my contacts. And then when you're in my contacts, I can call you. So I mean, you can call me, or I can call you, or you can call me if you're in the contacts. I won't have time to call you probably, but please come. You're gonna cry now. Oh, sorry. I remember the days B&H were £1.69. I remember when they were £1.13. I'm going to lie. I used to call up some prostitute back in my day. Okay, I will do it now. Well, I just know prostitutes from being in hospital, Gareth. That's the only reason why I know them. When you're in hospital, there are prostitutes all over the place. I mean, the hospital's full of them. I mean, there are prostitutes absolutely everywhere anyway. I mean, there's prostitutes on this road. There's prostitutes everywhere. I mean, prostitution is probably the most common business there is. I mean, a lot of girls make their money that way. I mean, they'd rather do that than get married. I mean, I'm not saying we should get married either, but I mean, prostitution's common. I mean, there was a time that people were constantly asking me for prostitutes. I mean, but remember to use a Jimmy hat. I don't shag prostitutes. I never will. I was warned by Desire. DJ Desire said to me, John, don't shag prostitutes. I don't shag them. I never will. I won't wear. I don't feel safe wearing a gym hat, and I wouldn't wear two because I think that'd rub and make a hole. But no, I don't shag prostitutes, not at all. Never have, never will. But I know prostitutes. I know a prostitute. She hasn't visited me for a long time. But I suppose she can't get any money out of me at the moment. And while I've got no money, she won't come round. Johnny, please put Discord back on, Johnny. No, I can't. I can't put that back on. It's not going to achieve. We're not going to achieve anything. We're not really achieving much by this YouTube, really, neither. I mean, really, people should be emailing me Pathfinder, and that's the whole purpose of it, really. I mean, the purpose of this page is to advance educationally, and MPs need to do this as well. I mean, I don't know about Jeremy Corbyn. I don't know if that is Jeremy Corbyn. But I don't know why he wants Discord back on. I mean, that can't be the real Jeremy Corbyn. I mean, I think even Gareth Thomas said I should put it on as well. But you should apply for a job seekers allowance. I don't need job seekers allowance. I'm on ESA and PIP, Gareth Thomas. I think all the trolls are gone, Johnny. It doesn't matter. I'm not putting it on. I mean, it just. There's no point. Maybe I could block people's microphones out, but what's the fucking point? I mean, then there's no point in putting it on. I mean, if you start blocking people, then there's no point. And on YouTube at the moment, we don't block anyone, and we can't block anyone. I don't know how to do it, and YouTube seems like a good public forum at the moment. It seems like the best one. Discord, if people were more civilized, yeah, we could use it, but they're not civilized enough. They're just not civilized enough or educated enough to use it. I think Henry was fine to use it, and that's what I'm saying. People judge. They're taking the piss out of Down syndrome, but he was using it correctly. I mean, he wasn't disrespecting me. He wasn't taking the piss. I mean, that kind of behaviour is That's what you do down a pub. I mean, I'm not opening up a pub. That's not what I'm doing. I do need to get to know my constituents, you're right. But we can do it on YouTube. I mean, we don't need to do it on Discord. And it's just annoying. I mean, these guys don't like typing or something. Fair enough. I mean, it is better like this on YouTube. We've got 11 viewers at the moment. That's all right. I'm a bit cold. There's no heating in here. Should be the first day of spring tomorrow. I just put my coat on. I don't know.
He's supposed to be the leader, Babylon. Is that really true? I don't know. And
Yeah, me and Henry can come on and have a serious talk with you about how you can advance. I'm thinking about investing. Well, Jeremy Corbyn, you can't really invest in my business because there's no room for investment. I mean, here are my contact details. They're not here. I mean, I presume you sent them on the phone or something because Henry Saunders, my mum is 1. All right. Unlike Gareth Thomas and Jeremy Corbyn, I'm not an elected person. I will always be who I am, and I will always have my position in society. The brothers will always lean on me. If they have to lean, they'll lean. I don't have anyone to lean on. I don't need anyone to lean on. I don't have any problems or anything that I can't deal with. I have what's called equanimity. Equanimity means to envisage life's events with imperturbability. That's what I have, and that's what MP should have. And that's why today, when I was watching Parliament, I thought, what the fuck are all this asking questions for? You ignorant motherfuckers. You're trying to bring down the government by asking a question. That is just so fucked up. They try and bring down the government by asking a question. You fucked up individuals. Answer the questions, you dickheads. I want to see question asking ended in Parliament. Ridiculous. That's why I switched it off in the end. I thought, it's repeating the same stuff. They're worse than the general public. They repeat the same questions as the public. Tough shit. It's universal credits. That's the answer. Universal credits. The government had a system in place. And now they've bailed out all this money for the businesses and all this. So it's like old Gordon Brown all over again. Bailing out companies. Fuck that, man. If there's a problem going on, we have to just knuckle down and pull together. You can find my details here. I can't find your details there. And I'm not bothered. I don't know what you're going on about. I don't know if it's the real Gareth Thomas or if it's the real Jeremy Corbyn. Jihadi Johnny, I mean. The links, I don't see no link. I don't know if you sent it to my mobile phone. I mean, I don't know what fuck you. I'll have a look at my mobile phone. Might as well. Well, I've had lots of phone calls tonight. Sorry about that, but I don't answer these calls anyway. I didn't even hear it ring anyway. Let's have a look at WhatsApp and see if we've got 3 messages. Right. One missed voice call. Little kite. What's up? Hiya, mate. Was meant to message you yesterday. So you're getting a bit upset on stream. Hope you are okay. I'm good. Thanks. I'm very good. Thanks. I hope hope you are good. So this is the best way of keeping in contact with people as an individual. Like with Gareth, I've got an idea. You see, the mobile phone works, and I'm going back to the mobile phone now. I'm going back to WhatsApp now. So this video calls. Oh, I've got the Spotify. Oh, right. Got the Spotify. It's Harrison. Okay. All right. It's interesting. I didn't even need to add into my contacts, but we could add into my contacts. I should do really because it's Harrison. Right, let's add into my contacts. Wait, new contact. Harrison. He's in the United Kingdom, so I can call him and WhatsApp him anyway. That's brilliant. Right, we've got Harrison. This is one way of doing it, Gareth Thomas. Big up to you, Johnny. Much love, my brother. Right, okay. That's all right. It's not a bad message for now. Little kite. You have to text me your name, or I can't add you into the address book. I'm afraid you have to give me your name, and I can't do nothing until you give me your name or a link or something. Or I've got a lot more people on WhatsApp. That's really good. Right, they're all coming onto WhatsApp now. All right. I better just leave this for a bit because I can't keep up with it all. I can't do it all day and all night long. That's good. That's the beauty of WhatsApp. You can just put it down when you've had enough. It's a bit like Facebook. Well, for me, it is anyway. I mean, it's very similar. This is how I keep in contact with the constituents, Gareth. That's how I do it. I just allow them to get on my WhatsApp. They have to give me their name and give me a link or something, or maybe I'll just let them all in. I mean, maybe I should. I can always block them anyway. If they really do get stupid, you can just block them. And maybe in a year's time, you unblock them again and see if they've got any sense. I mean, it's good to keep up with your fans. Yeah, it is, yeah. But WhatsApp's a way of doing it. And they're actually flying onto WhatsApp at the moment after being on Discord. That maybe the Discord is a good way of getting them onto WhatsApp, but there's no need now. I mean, they're coming onto WhatsApp, and I've got a couple of messages there. I should really read them, but you can let it build up. I mean, that's the beauty of WhatsApp. You can do it in your own convenience. Discord, you've got to be there. It's something you've got to concentrate on and stuff. What phone do you have, Johnny, my friend? I've got two phones. One I've got I think it's called an iPhone ES. I think I've got one of them, and I've got a Nokia. I don't know what the model's called, but it's just an old school Nokia. I've got one of them. You can always WhatsApp me on. I'm happy with WhatsApp, but if you do WhatsApp me, you should give me your name to get in the contacts book. Because if you don't do that, iPhone SE, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one, Gareth Thomas. Yeah. I don't know if you call that a trap phone, but that's my Nokia. I mean, is that what you call a trap phone? Yeah, that's my trap phone. I mean, I've got two phones, and eventually I might get two smartphones. I might get, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's any point, but there's no point yet. But I've got the messages are coming in, rolling now. Got 3 there now. Let's have a look. Takes me off the show a bit. I might have something interesting to see. Good messages in. Right. Hey Johnny, what's up? It's me, Music Views 25. I sent you an email with something on my track. All right, let's add him into contacts then. Music Views 25. Well, I'll add you to contact as Emancipation because it's good to have the same name as what you're using. It should be the name that you're using on YouTube, really. So thanks for your name, but I won't remember that now. I'll forget that. And so much knowledge and stuff past me, I forget that. But I got Emancipation. That's good. The family's coming together. I mean, it's really good. I mean, family's ever growing. I've been growing this community for quite a while now. I mean, I've got guys in Ghana in here. Gareth has got 9 phones. Shit. You probably don't need 9 phones, Gareth. What I do, I've got contacts and favourites, and you probably only need 1 phone, and that's why. But I might need another smartphone. The reason being, I've opened up this number to the public as well, and because I've done that, one day I might get moody calls coming in on there, and I need to turn that to contacts only, and that's why, really. Do you like De La Soul? I love De La Soul. As a kid, they were that was probably my favourite thing that ever came out, really. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. I had a wicked remix of that was done in about 2003. Awesome remix. I picked it up in Camden. Fucking wicked remix that was. Do you like a Tribe Called? Yeah, again, when I was about 15 years old, there was an album that came out by a Tribe Called Quest called A Path of Rhythmic Culture or something like that it was called. And I bought that, and again, that was an amazing album. I mean, De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest, absolutely loved them. They were amazing. Yeah, totally. I don't eat no ham and eggs because they're high in cholesterol. Yo, 5 to you eating no, tip to you eating on me. Nah. I don't eat no ham and eggs because they're high in cholesterol. I don't know if you remember that one. That was by a Tribe Called Quest, that was. It was on that album that I just said about. Right. The community is building up. It's constantly coming through. I mean, it's really good. I'm working with Gareth Thomas, really, or with whoever the MP is. I mean, at the moment it is Gareth Thomas, so I have to work with Gareth Thomas for the time being, and I'm trying to support Gareth Thomas. I'm trying to bring the community together, but my community is not just Harrow. I mean, I don't know if you can appreciate this, Gareth. I'm doing the whole London, so in a way, it's a bit like being the mayor of London. I mean, that's sort of like what it is. I mean, it's a bit like being like that. I mean, because that's my area. I mean, on YouTube, my area is London, and there's people tuning in from other places as well. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how big this can get. I mean, I know how to manage my phone so that I can deal with all these people on my phone. I can manage up to 5,000 people. I can do that. I mean, I can do that quite competently. And if I get beyond that, I might have to employ someone else to. By then, I would be able to employ someone else, I would imagine. I would have £500 a week that I could afford. And then I could get my deputy, who's running K&B restaurant in South Harrow Market at the moment. I'd employ him first because he's got a job, and I'd rather employ someone who's got a job than someone that is trying to ponce off me all the fucking time. What am I hiring them for? You know what I mean? So I'd rather go for the guy that isn't up here much at the moment because he's working, he's got a job. So he wants about £500 a week. Well, that's what I'll start him on, and then I want to work him up to 1,000 because I don't want my staff working for less than £1,000 a week, and that's what I would start on. Well, I'm not going to start on it, but that's what I'm going to aim towards, £1,000 a week. And if I get more money than that, then I'll put that towards the house. I'll just save it towards the house. Whatever savings I make will go towards my house down South Hill Avenue that I will earn. And somehow we've got to work out how to make money. I think it's by selling MP3s at £1 each. I think we can raise a lot of people out of poverty by doing that and by making it illegal. Well, certainly my MP3s, they're illegal to email for free. And you do that, and then you got a second-hand value. And records used to have a second-hand value. If you had a record, you could sell it on. And there's some records, like my record that came out in the 1990s. I mean, what's that worth now? Who knows? Who knows what that's worth now? I can't even play it. I'm not allowed. I'll get copyright strikes. But I mean, sold a record the other day for £100. That's what I'm going on about. So the record used to have a physical copy that could get sold on again. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to make a new market where we email music for £1 each. And then after that, you can email it on for £1 again. And it depends who knows the actual main guy or the distributor or whatever. Depends where you are in the line as to who earns the money. But at the end of the line, the final customer, pays the £1 that gets shifted along the line. I don't know if you see what I mean, but we all raise money. Somehow I've worked out we would all raise money if we did this. We got into a habit of selling MP3s to each other. If this became part of our culture, if we put a currency back into the music. It was only $12.99 back in '96. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if I sold my records now, I mean, there's some guys come up here and they say, you should sell that, you should sell that, you should sell that. I've got records in there that I bought for £5, since 2017, that some guys would pay a fortune for. But the guy that was selling me the record knew that he couldn't mug me off. I mean, he just knew that he couldn't mug me off. He knew that I wouldn't pay more than £5. He knew that. I got some great records for £5 recently. I mean, this record shop was a decent price record shop. I mean, this record shop was very good, and it was in South Harrow Market as well. It's not there anymore, but he had all types of music in there, and they were very good prices. I mean, I thought they were anyway. I buy records if you've got any for sale. I'm interested. Depends on the genre. Well, the records that I was buying was just for the breakbeats. So, I mean, they're very varied in style. I mean, one day I might set the turntable up and put a few records on. I don't know if I mention the name of the artist, and some of them probably aren't copyrighted anyway, like the Sandy Nelson. I think of playing the Sandy Nelson album. I mean, I don't think that would be copyrighted anyway, and I'd be very surprised if it was. I think Burt Camfat was, though. Did I put that on once? I can't remember if I put that on or not. I can't remember if that was copyrighted or not, but I'll put on some records that I like one day. I will get round to it, I suppose. I'd probably do it when L.A. Edwards is in town, because he's bound to bring some records around. Or I've got some of his records in the corner, I think. And I sell as well if you're looking to buy any. No, I'm not looking to buy any records really at the moment. I drum my own beats now. I don't bother sampling record break beats anymore. Got my own production technique to do my own original style of music, which is original to anyone else's style, because my drum kit is different to a drum kit like what anyone else has got. So I've got my own original style, and I'm happy with that. I only buy records to sample them, really, and I'm not into that. I got records to sample down there. I haven't even finished yet. And I'll probably never get round to it because I'm just not into that anymore. I mean, I might have a few good break beats there, but I don't know. Oh, how I do love records. Used to buy Jackson 5 records back in my day. Oh, right. You were lucky, Gareth. I was a bit jealous of you when I was a kid. Because I wish that I was alive at the time when the Jacksons were famous. That's one thing that when I was a kid, I used to wish that I was alive when the Jacksons were big. I mean, I did admire the 1960s and the 70s and that. And I wish that I was alive in the 70s a bit. But, I mean... no, I'm a bit envious of that, really. I did used to envy that. I don't envy it anymore, but I used to wish that I was alive when the Jacksons were really... I related to Michael Jackson a lot, really. I don't know. I mean, musically, I mean, I suppose I did. That was the thing, but I realised that I'm actually a better singer than Michael Jackson, to be honest with you. Michael Jackson really wasn't a very good singer. I mean, I'm bad, I'm really, really bad, I'm bad. The whole world has the answer right now. You know who's bad? Who's bad? I'm bad. And who can't sing that chorus like? I mean, what trickiness is that? Is it like this? I mean, let's hear something a bit more skilled, right? Listen to this. Greetings I bring from Jah to all ragamuffin and ting. A lot more skillful than Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson really wasn't a great star, really. But I mean, he was the king of pop. But so fucking what? I mean, person done greetings I bring from Jah to all ragamuffin and ting is a lot more skillful to sing. I mean, it's a lot more skillful, and there are other songs that are a lot more skillful to sing than Michael Jackson. The way you make me feel, you really turn me on. Simple melodies, man. Are you going to open the link now? What link? I are you on my mobile phone? I haven't seen your message yet. I mean, is it on the email? To make it quicker, you could actually give me the link on. I do actually prefer to have links on WhatsApp. That would be the best thing. I don't know who you are on the WhatsApp, but if you send me a link on WhatsApp, it's probably better than the computer, to be honest with you. If you send me a link on the computer, I will get to it, but it takes me longer because the WhatsApp is quicker, and the WhatsApp I can check it out quicker. I can broadcast it if I agree with it. But if you send me an MP3, I can put you on the playlist, and that's more powerful. I mean, it's Harrison, mate. Right. Oh, Harrison. Let's have it. Oh, right. Oh, I've got the link there. Right, Spotify. Right. Let's try it. The only trouble is you got to sign in with a password and that, and I don't want to do that. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to opt out of that because I don't like Spotify taking. I don't know. There's something about it, and Spotify is a bit dodgy. I'll throw a YouTube or a SoundCloud link, to be honest. Sorry about that. I can't check that out. It's I've got to put in all my email details, and now I'm worried that they're going to charge me one day, and I don't want to get charged for Spotify. I'm worried they're going to charge me one day. Why should I get charged to listen to other people's music when I got my own? I mean, doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm back. All right. Is that the real Jeremy Corbyn? And he's called himself Harrison on my WhatsApp. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if Gareth Thomas can fill me in. But he did say that Gareth Thomas was an alright bloke earlier. I don't know. I'm very confused. It doesn't matter anyway. I mean, it's the community. I don't know if I've got Jeremy Corbyn's WhatsApp called Harrison. Why is he not called Jeremy Corbyn on my phone as well? I mean, very strange. What I can do is try Discord on my mobile phone. Let's try it on my mobile phone. See what happens. I don't know if you can hear me on the mobile phone. I'll just put Discord on the mobile phone. I can't bother to see some rubbish on there. Get rid of that. Let's see this. Barclays want to help with coronavirus. I don't get it. I think Barclays might be giving me some money. I don't get it. His account ending this number. There's no help for me on there. They're not going to give me any money, so. My landlord's still going to get paid, and I still got broken windows and stuff. And what's this Gareth melt? What's this? They're trying to eat in my hot noodle while watching as usual. Alright. Northland Television. Alright, then we call it here. From what I can tell, Spotify is for the mainstream anyway. Spotify is a mainstream thing. I mean, all the underground artists and all the great records of 1993 and that, they're all on YouTube. I mean, we could do a little rank session or a reinforced session we could do. Let's have a little reinforced record session. Let's do it. All us guys, we don't have our names in there. Even reinforced Dark Corner. He's got 326 subscribers, 294 videos. I think I got more videos in him. But let's listen to this. Right, we're just listening to Reinforced. This is Manic's Rave Fantasy. Where's the volume? Is it off or something? Ah, it's muted. Let's stop it. Let's take it back to the beginning. Right, this is Reinforced Records. This is Manic's Rave Fantasy. It's got Carmen dancing on the video. This is, if you go to Dark Corner Reinforced on YouTube. Now, that's what I'm saying. YouTube has the best music. I just went to have a piss, basically. I mean, YouTube has the best music. That's why I'm on YouTube, because, I mean, you won't get this on Spotify. You won't get this. These guys had a hit record in 1989. Oh, I don't know if it was Manic's, but I mean, Mark Macandigo had a hit record in the 1990s on what was it again? It was Scorcher, Reinforced Records, 4 Heroes. I think Manic's the same people. I don't know though. The same label anyway. And 4 Heroes Scorcher must set them up to be able to afford to do all these amazing videos that they do. They're much better than me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I broadcast more than they do, and this is 72 views. That's it, really. But that's how Mark Macandigo moves. I mean, it's had 72 views. I'm beating them in one performance sometimes. I mean, it's just uploaded on March the 7th. What's the date now? I don't know, but I was the 9th person to like it. Now, Dark Corner can see that I don't know if he'll see that I liked it, but I could write a message, but I could write the message, where is the reinforced 24-hour station? Let's write a message, I think. Right. Where is the I just said to Mark Mack, I said, where is the reinforced channel 24 hours a day? I'm happy to see people succeed, and I think that reinforced it would help them to have a 24-hour channel. I think it would. I mean, I think it would help them. They know how to set that up, I'm sure. If they don't, I can help them. I mean, I like just writing messages to him anyway, because then he writes back sometimes and stuff. And so you like this tune then? This is Mannix. Mannix have been around since about 1991, I think, or 1992. It's called Rave Fantasy. I think the next tune's by Mannix as well. And Reinforced are always uploading material quite regularly, really. This was done on March the 7th. That's the last thing that they uploaded. Now we'll see the next one. They might have uploaded it on the same day, I'm not sure. But how they make all this music and get all these videos made, I don't know how they do it, really. This was uploaded on March 7th as well. Mannix One More Time. Check that Amen out, that EQ and that Amen. Quite nice. That's the Mannix Amen. We've got Carmen as well. Fragoso, the dancer. She's very good. She's a very good dancer. She's incredible. And For Hero and Mark Mack are very lucky to have all these dancers that are talented and skilled. I mean, if you ever try and get some talent or some skill, it's very difficult. Well, go on, Johnny. What are you saying, boss man? I'm all right, man. I'm not too bad. I'm doing very well, thanks. So I'm just listening to a bit of Reinforced. Mannix, One More Time. It's a remix. It's just been done. Came out on March 7th, 2020. And it's got Carmen Fragoso, dancer. It's very good. I'm very glad to be following Reinforced on YouTube and seeing their work. And let's like this. It's very good. I don't know if Gareth on. I wouldn't know the reporter because I mean I've got to work with my local MP anyway. I have to work with him. I mean, even if he nicks me, I mean I have to work with him. I mean, that's just what I have to do. I mean, I have to work with the people that are in their jobs, and they're not really doing anything for me. But I'd take matters into my own hands. But This has had 70 views, so I'm in the same lane as these sort of people, really. I mean, I'm in a similar lane to them, really. I can play their music on my station, it fits in. I'm in a similar lane. Right, Emancipation Johnny, what advice would you give someone who wants to be a producer? The first thing what I would say is to get a piano or a guitar and just start experimenting with music. That's the first thing. Learn the C major scale. That's the first thing. And practice. And that's the first thing. Just get an instrument first, like a keyboard or a guitar. Learn the C major scale, and that's what I recommend. That's the first thing. And what you can do, you can get a program called Wavepad Sound Editor and record the sound for a microphone on a laptop onto it like that, and just check what you're doing. Right, if you've got turntables and a keyboard, what you need to do is just get Wavepad Sound Editor, use the white notes, practice jumping 1 note, 2 notes, 3 notes, 4 notes, 5 notes, 6 notes, 7 notes, and 8 notes. And when you jump 8 notes, you jump 1 octave. And then just practice jumping from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8s. And that's how you start to move around the keyboard. And that's what I recommend. Just use the white notes to start off with. Don't use any black notes. And that always start with C. And you start off with C. And I don't know if you know what C is on the keyboard, but look for the 2 black notes and go to the note of the left of the left black note. Go to the left note, white note of that, and that's C. And that's how you start off C major scale from there. And you can get a program called Wavepad Sound Editor and record it on that, or you can even get a DAW program and record the MIDI and change the synthesizer inside it. But to start off with, I would just, it says unable to connect to chat again later. Oh no.